a concussion. And Collingwood will challenge Billy Frampton's 3-game ban for rough conduct at the AFL Tribunal tonight. Now, let's see what's happening on the roads.
Afternoon at Hindmarsh Carvey Truck and South Road near Adams Street. Paradise, Watermain Gorge Road near Moseley Road. Slow going at the moment for work South Road through Mile and getting quite busy at the moment at Fullerton Road driving through Dulwich just near the Britannia roundabout. Cameras today, Toothie Street, Malvern and Tusmore Avenue, Tusmore. Let the CommSec share market experts give you an investing edge on the daily CommSec Market Update podcast. This podcast is created and distributed by CommSec. Content is general in nature, investing carries risk. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top, after an overnight low of just 8 degrees. A shower or two on Friday, up to 24. And then showers easing on Saturday, back to 18. Currently 17. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Brackless. Tonight, SA road chaos. 3 serious accidents in the space of an hour. Local Macca's workers in a fight with the fast food giant that could impact employees nationwide. Young Australians in a trailblazing trial to stop Alzheimer's before it starts. And why Isaac Rankin is being kept in cotton wool for another week. 9 News. Your news. 986 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, a day of remembrance, we reflect on Neil Danaher's life at the G. Max Malkalani as the Crows name their team to take on the Dogs. Joe Berry from Port Adelaide, Jimmy Bartell, and another chance to win Port locker room tickets.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Well, thank you, Sammy. You're right. Yeah, a sad yet happy day for the state funeral on the MCG for the great late Neil Danaher. It was a moving tribute. A man who I reckon you could say he's beat MND through his fight, his courage, his resilience and his hope. Someone donated $40 million. They will get there on the strength and on the back of that great man. Timmy, welcome.
Yeah, you're dead right, Rowey. I was just talking to Stacey Lee about it. That lovely couple were blown away by the fact that, look,
it's now a movement.
It feels like in the world at the moment that everybody's fighting everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's arguing over something. And they were just a bit blown away by the fact that this was actually gelling two opposite clubs together in a whole football community. And they thought, this is great. They were going to donate $10 million. Then they actually went into the walk, went to the G, saw the big freeze, tumble in and all the characters go in and the like, and saw the game and went, nah, we're going to up this to 40. And This is like you say, this is the movement that he's created that I think will get us a cure for MND because, well, let's face it, there's a lot of smart people in this world. They just need funding.
And well, that's right. And it'll be the scientists that you'll build a statue of because they're the ones that are the brilliant people. They just need the effort, the movement, and the dollars behind them to get it done. But you're right, it's more than Neil Danaher now. It's bigger than that. It is a movement. He lived by this mantra, play on, and he certainly will. Have a listen.
For the second time in just 3 days, the mighty MCG belongs to the memory of Neil Danaher.
It's fitting together here today for Neil. The MCG, the venue, he turned blue once a year. He did it again on Monday. And here we are, blue again.
I feel incredibly fortunate to have had Dad in my life for 35 years. He tested me, he supported me, he guided me, and above all else, he loved us all in his own way. And it wasn't always loud or obvious, but it was constant. He had a way of searching for the opportunity or for the positive side in any situation. I learnt so much for him, and those lessons are things that I will carry on with me forever.
When I think about Neil, I think of someone who is unashamedly Neil Danaher. Very clear on where he wanted to go and very concise on how to get there.
There were moments of joy and sadness, fear and love, strength and determination. It wasn't easy, it was incredibly difficult, but we faced each challenge together and we never gave up. But MND doesn't define Neil. Neil is defined by his character, his integrity, his humility, his honesty, his strength and resilience. By his sharp wit, his cheeky smile, his love of family and friends, and his wonderful love of laughter.
Yeah, well, that was Big Nose Albanese into Hamish McLaughlin, into Beck Danaher, his loving daughter. David Neitz was his captain through nearly all that period. He was the coach of Melbourne, and beautiful words from his wife, Jan. That was the last voice you heard. It was a classy ceremony. I've never been a big fan of state funerals because a lot of people knock them back, not many accept it, but that was just so bloody fitting.
Yeah, it was.
Live on TV.
I think it wasn't, and because it's probably built up, been bigger than Neil himself, what he's been able to do with Fight MND, and I think that's why he thoroughly deserves it. Because let's face it, you said to me, not many people knew what MND was before Neil Danaher got it. So unless you were affected by a family or friend that was affected by MND, you would have had no idea. So I think he's made the awareness and the opportunity of a cure very real.
But he transcended the football part of it. He wasn't the greatest player. He wasn't the greatest coach. I mean, have a look at the record.
Pretty good at both.
That's exactly right. But he wasn't the greatest of each. He wasn't the Russell Ebert of the football or the Sheedy of coaching, so to speak. But he just carried himself exactly the same way as a friend, as a teammate, as a player, as a coach.
Pretty hard to beat as a human being, I reckon.
That's exactly,
pretty hard to beat as a human being.
That's exactly where I'm going, and I think that's why this has become a movement, because he was such a great leader for that and didn't want any accolades. He could have comfortably have
It was
just...
selfless. The whole thing was selfless.
Yeah, he's an absolute ripper. So again, to his family, his friends, condolences, and what a lovely tribute. And a lot of Australians can learn from that. That is the Australian spirit right there, right bloody there. Australian Football Hall of Fame, congratulations to all the worthy winners, David Cantilla and Gary Ablett Jr., Johnny Worsfold, I sent him a text the other day.
Johnny.
Dustin Fletcher. Dustin Fletcher, how long did he do?
He waited a while.
He had. I mean, honestly.
Waited a bit too long for my life.
Bill Walker elevated to legend. Hayden Kenny was the umpire. And Tim Evans, an absolute Port great. Now, he was absent. We'll get about to that later, but have a listen to the tribute.
1,041 goals for Port Adelaide. Tim Evans joins the Australian Football Hall of Fame. Tim is not with us tonight. He asked for this message to be read on his behalf. I'm very honoured to be inducted in the Australian Football Hall of Fame. Personal honours were not the reason I played the game, but I greatly appreciate this induction. I played to be part of team success, and I was fortunate to play with many outstanding players and was able to achieve ultimate team success with premierships at Port Adelaide. I want to sincerely thank my past coaches and teammates, and I am pleased I was able to play my role and contribute to a successful time for our club. Thank you. Tim, I know you'll be watching from home. Welcome to the most esteemed company in Australian football.
Yeah, great words. And no one's going to be judgmental. Everyone runs their own race. That's his race. He didn't want to be there. He said it, but he's honoured. 59 games for Geelong, 232 for Port, 10 games for their SA. 4-time premiership player, 6-time Ken Farmer medalist, kicked 100 goals 3 times. He was an absolute great of the game.
Oh, look, he was. And it was one of those things as a young player coming through.
Where's your teammate?
We were kids watching him. And then you get that opportunity to stand on the field with them. That's the moment you sort of have that pinch me moment going, geez, is this real or what? You know?
Oh, God, he could play.
And it wasn't until he told me to get out of his area that I realised that I was on the same oval as him. So it was, and Brian Cunningham warned me. He said, Timmy, what'll happen is you'll go, Rebel was his nickname, and you go down near Rebel and he will tell you to get out of the area. Yeah. And he said, if you keep going to where he wants you to be, you'll be in the 4th row on the outer. So don't do that. Go up and then make out you're going out and then turn back.
Okay.
And
just get the out of my way.
Just get out the way for the moment, yeah, which was great because what he really wanted was just his lead-up V. That's what he wanted, and he didn't want you standing in the way, which is understandable.
Well, because you draw a crowd and he didn't want a crowd.
I've told you the right reasons.
Yeah, I've told you the same thing with Stephen Michaels when I roved with him. I'd say, where do you want me to stand? He said, well, don't stand there. And I said, well, isn't that where you're hitting it? He said, exactly, don't stand there.
Get out of there.
Because he hit it to himself and grabbed it and then,
it's unreal, yeah.
But what a great legend he is of the game. So to Tim Evans and David Cantilla, wasn't it lovely to see were they his grandsons?
Nieces. Nephews.
Yeah,
sorry.
God, they looked the same, didn't they?
I remember talking to Bob Philp, who has passed now, and Bob was a real character of Port Adelaide. Yeah. He played against David Cantilla in ruck, and he said in 64, he said we just couldn't stop him. He said he was just so good, he killed us that day. And he was best on in the grand final that South Adelaide won in 1964 under the great Neil Curley, but they reckon he was unstoppable.
Great memories. Crows team to play the Dogs tomorrow night. Thilthorpe is back. Nick Murray is back. Pedler is back. Butts, Archie and the big Texan are out. Here's the coach, Matty Nix, at today's presser.
They're talking about Thilthorpe.
Hopefully the week off has allowed him to physically get himself in a position where he can compete. I know there's a lot of talk out there about him. He's not competing like he did last year. The expectation's higher on him now as well. Hopefully we've been able to get his body right now where he's confident that he can just put his body in line and go hard at the footy.
Ooh, that's a weapon if his last 12 games are going to be great. Keen's going to have one more. Rankin's going to have one more. Tex will be back for Melbourne. They're building to full strength, aren't they? That's a bloody good sign. And I'm with Campo. Riley O'Brien, I would have had a good hard look at him instead of Toby Murray. Double-teamed English this week. Because then next week you've got Gawn. You could have done the same thing. That was brilliant by Campo. The whole time he was talking to us yesterday, I'm nodding my head. I like that. I'm going to own that. Yeah, I'm with you.
If Thilthorpe is fit, and this has been the problem, I think, in the first half.
But he hasn't been all year.
He hasn't been, has he?
Well, he's
if
the second
fit,
ruckman.
You want to go back to that.
That's right. Well, that's the model. That's the model.
That's what you had last
year.
year.
That's the model. But have you say 8223000. Who'd you have in? Who'd you have out? Would you bring Rob back? Do you agree? Do you not agree? The Americas World Cup fever is sweeping the US of A. Well, I feel it has.
Well, it's Canada, US and Mexico that's been played in.
Yeah, South Africa play Mexico 4:30 a.m. Friday morning our time. Sunday 1:30 in the afternoon. How good's that? We play Turkey. Hope we turn him into... What does the Turkey Flat, what do we do on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Hope we turn him into that.
Give us a Turkey Tuesday.
Yeah,
Turkey
Tuesday.
There you go. Look, I think they'll be very good, Turkey. And I think talking the other day about it, getting a point out of one of those games against them or Paraguay would be pretty awesome. But I want to beat the US. I want to beat the USA.
That's our second game.
For their attitude towards us when we were drawn out of the hat, I want to win.
Yeah, well, we've got Lucas Ronaldo in the studio before 5. I'm really looking forward to that.
He's going over,
You're what?
He's going to be our correspondent.
Yeah. Now it doesn't matter what we do. We'd like to get through to the knockouts. But just remember this. Italy have won 3 World Cups and they've been out for 3 straight World Cups.
Yeah.
They didn't even qualify.
That's been a real...
so that's how tough this tournament is. This is a country that is... Well, it's their world game.
They have made it harder for those teams in Europe and perhaps easier for those teams outside of Europe to broaden it.
Yeah,
so there's 48 teams this year, not 32. They're having that extra round where the eight best third places get through. So
it is
there's a lot of little bits and pieces changing, but you wouldn't say Italy get the same run as we do on qualifying.
I've just robbed them a World Cup. They won it in 34, 38, 82 and 06.
So they're 4-time winners? Brazil, the only
winners.
5-time winners?
4-time winners. How good's that? Port News, Timmy G, your favourite jumper. Your juniper jumper, we used to call it. The all-teal jumper they wore gather round is now going to replace
fully charged.
Their away clash strip. That's right, the all-white insipid number. The fully charged is back for rounds 15, 20, 24. Thumbs up or down?
A little bit bittersweet. I don't like the white one.
No.
So
no
happy to see that go. Happy to see that go.
Happy to see that go.
I'm not sold on the other one, but I understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on it.
So if that's not bad news, it's getting worse.
Oh, why? What are we wearing next week?
Your skipper, Connor Rowey, had this to say on 7 News.
Will we see you again this year?
Not likely, unfortunately. Had a few issues with my nerve over the last few weeks and got some extra testing done. Looking like avoiding surgery, at least for the time being, so that was a small positive, but it's pretty unlikely that I guess my hamstring will bounce back before the end of the season.
Oh, I don't like hearing that word nerve with any operation.
So that was round 2. So that's and we're not going to see him again. So it's hasn't been great for obviously the team not to have its captain and one of its best players playing, but that's a real blow for him personally.
Yeah, it is. 8223000 lines available. We've got the FIVEAA locker room tickets to give away. If you've got a Tim Evans story And I know he's humble. He lives up in the hills, didn't he? You know, he didn't go last night. All those reasons.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting?
There's got to be a Tim Evans story that you love. Mine is the 84 grand final for obvious reasons.
Well, Tony Modra messaged me and said, Tim Evans, do you remember all the duffel coats with number 5 on the back? And it's a great call. Yeah, the duffel coat was a popular thing through those late 70s and early 80s. And
he kicked 1,000 goals.
He could hardly be stopped. He got nicknamed the Burger King because remember the adverts for Hungry Jack's? And they used to have the guy come out with the crown and all the rest of it. Yeah. And he was big and huge like that as well. And everybody used to joke about it. I remember being on the school bus and we saw him in the car and everyone's yelling out, Burger King, Burger King.
Do you have a Tim Evans end?
Yes.
At Albion?
Yes, that's right.
Surely you do.
Correct.
No one else at Port's going to kick over 1,000 goals.
No, you wouldn't say no. Well, the game doesn't allow it, does it anymore?
No.
Well, Buddy Franklin took all those years to get to that 1,000, which probably might be the last one we see.
Give us a Tim Evans memory. 8223 0000.
All your calls straight after this break. It's 21 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Adelaide Cabaret Festival is back and it's red hot and delicious. From June 4th to the 21st, Adelaide Festival Centre is your home for 12 nights of unapologetic cabaret, comedy, burlesque and more. Curated by the brilliant Ruben Kay. Think M. Rossiano, Lime Cordial and a lineup that will blow your mind. Tickets on sale at adelaidecabaretfestival.com.au. Don't miss it. Proudly supported by 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The Solitaire End of Financial Year event starts tomorrow. 3 days, one event, your choice of reward. Choose a trading bonus on your current vehicle or a deposit contribution towards your next vehicle. Across every Solitaire site, enjoy exclusive End of Financial Year opportunities on a range of new and demonstrator vehicles with leading brands including Volkswagen, Audi, Land Rover, Volvo, Maserati, Polestar, Cupra, Zeekr and Ducati. There's never been a better time to upgrade. The Solitaire End of Financial Year event, 3 days only, starts tomorrow.
If you're wondering where to have your Christmas party, look to the stars. December 11 or 12, Adelaide Convention Centre transforms into a shimmering, starlit celebration beneath a dazzling canopy of light. Enjoy a premium 3-course dinner, sparkling drinks and live entertainment. It's your chance to celebrate in style. Thank your clients or staff and let your team shine. Tables are limited, so book now for a starlit Christmas. Only at Adelaide Convention Centre.
Some of South Australia's great success stories started in a backyard shed, and Olympic Industries is certainly one of them.
Glad they did. I tell you what a company. What started as a South Australian business is now one of the state's leading names in sheds, garages and outdoor storage, built for Australian conditions and built to last.
So for decades, they've been helping South Aussies create practical, durable spaces at home, whether it's for work, storage or functional outdoor area. And right now, there's a sale across the entire range. So if your backyard needs a bit of a upgrade, now's the time.
Now, with a wide range of designs and options, you can create a space that works for you, for now and into the future. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres at Para Hills, Paraka, Clarence Gardens or Old Ranella, and head to olympicindustries.com.au. Olympic Industries, built to last.
When you call Marty from Paint Professionals, you can always expect the professional treatment.
The problem I find with some tradies is they don't ever quite finish the job 100% and they always disappear, and then you're trying to drag them back to finish it off properly. Marty made sure everything was 100% completed before they packed up and left.
Marty and his team are fantastic with coming back to you, following up and giving you a fantastic level of service. We give that in our business and we expect that from our trades.
Painting? Make it a great experience. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
Clay Sampson, Fleury Milk Company. I look after the sales and marketing. We've been with 5AA now for just over 10 years. I sat down with Jimmy, explained our business and who we were and what we were trying to advertise and what message we were trying to get across. And that's probably been the beauty of working with James, is just him knowing exactly what we need and what we want and the target audience that we're after.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
It's stocktake time and end of financial year savings are heating up. Save now on wood heaters from $999 and gas log fires from only $2,999. Visit today and get winter ready for less. Only at Illusion Gas Log Fires and Ultimate Wood Heaters.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes after 4 here on this Wednesday afternoon. We're taking your calls on 8223 0000 before we chat to Joe Berry from Port Adelaide, and Lucas Ronaldo will be live in the studio with us before 5. He'll be live in America and across for Australia's Socceroos big World Cup games in the next couple of weeks. So looking forward to speaking with him over the next month or so. Your Tim Evans stories, we'd love to get them on the air, 8223 0000. After being inducted into the Hall of Fame, here's your traffic.
Afternoon, roads are looking too bad for the run home today, which is great. We're accident breakdown free, so enjoy that while you can. Got a few delays to look out for the normal spots for the drive home. The Salisbury Highway slow, just as you're approaching Kings Road. Churchill Road North busy through that Dry Creek area, and we are slow going South Road through Mile End and approaching Henley Beach Road. Good look out for works today to Halloran Hill, Main South Road near Majors Road with the Camera-Cashel Street, Pasadena. Dinner just got exciting. Faster Pasta's new pasta bakes are oven baked, golden brown, and just so good. Faster Pasta family favourites served hot and hearty. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The old traffic man, he's starting to get a bit of, get a bit
pep in the step.
Bit of swagger in his swagger. That little silent pause on 5AA.
Classic. Love. Let's go to Park Home. G'day, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Hey, I've got a Tim Evans story.
Ooh, beauty.
So back in the late 70s, early 80s, not quite sure when it was, but being of Italian heritage, all my dad's cousins, all the Paisanis, all baked for West Torrens.
Yes.
And there was a big group of them that went to the footy, and one guy in particular, like second cousin or whatever he was, he had to go to the Brickworks. His mum sent him to buy some broccoli.
Yeah.
And this was a fully grown man. And Port were playing West Torrens, and it was a close game. And then Tim Evans kicked the winning goal, like right just before the siren, and the guy threw his broccoli at...
Oh, that's funny.
So he went home without any broccoli, and then from then on we called him, all the Paisanis and the cousins all called him Tim Broccoli Evans.
Oh, that is a great story.
Oh, Lisa.
True story. It's an actual true story.
He's had a rough day, hasn't
Have
he?
we got anything for Lisa? That is a great 80s story.
Send you the pals.
No, we'll go to Chanella's, get us some broccoli.
Broccoli head. Tim
That was
Evans
a great story, Lisa.
broccoli
I
head.
love that.
Specifically broccoli
He's had a
butt.
bad day, though, you know?
Could have been a Brussels sprout. Could have been a pumpkin. I mean, that would have hurt.
A whole broccoli.
Some potatoes.
Oh, that is
But
funny.
no, just a bloody bunch of broccoli. Lisa, great story.
G'day, Julie.
Hello, boys. Firstly, what an absolutely moving ceremony this
Wasn't it?
afternoon.
Yeah, it was.
Danima. Oh, I had tears. Oh, I cried. It was just absolutely amazing family, and just so much respect goes out to them. And, you know, obviously being a Port supporter, no connection, Melbourne, Essendon, but that was just truly beautiful, and, you know, I wish them well.
Well said.
What I'm ringing for, Tim, Tim, I'd love you playing, obviously. Always, Tim. Rowey just said about a Tim Evans story.
Yeah.
And this is funny. I never found this out until last night. My husband, who is a Hawthorn supporter and a Central supporter, so I'm in a mixed marriage, very hard. But I can forgive him. It's not the pros. He's a Hawthorn supporter, so I can live with that. Last night when I said to him, I'm just so pleased for Tim Evans. He'd been awarded legend status. And Hall of Fame, whatever it was. I'm so rattled after the start. Yeah, Hall of Fame. Yeah, sorry. I was really upset this afternoon watching that with Neil Danaher. And he said, when we used to go to the football, all his mates from Centrals, and he said, we used to give everybody heaps, and he's told me that over the years, we used to, as you did back then, you'd call out and give them heaps and carry on. He said, that's really good that he got that. And I thought, hang on, you hate Port, you're not a Port supporter. And he said he was the only player I'm sure some Central supporters will ring up and say differently, but in the mob that he was with, he said he was the only player that him and his friends never gave grief to because they just respected him so much as a footballer. He was too good, and he said he's an absolute true full forward.
Oh, there you go, Julie. That's a lovely
Julie, and he was certainly all of that.
Yeah.
On his day, unstoppable.
What about you, Stephen? I know my days at Elizabeth probably weren't greeted with as much love.
Oh, God. Well, that was the only... Jodie followed me through my whole years at Nord. She never went to Elizabeth Oval.
Yeah, right.
And I said, love, you don't know what you're missing.
Oh, you know what?
And now that we own a windscreen company, love, it's
great. No, well, I tell you now, in the end, that was the one club that we used to go back in for a drink with Big Rudy.
I loved him.
I loved it.
Scotty Lee will be listening.
Yeah, and he'll be on to you.
He'll be on to me. No, it's a great area. I love them.
Oh,
they're great.
Good people.
It's time for the 4:30 headlines. Joe Berry to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the 4:30 news headlines. Thousands of people gathered at the MCG today to farewell AFL legend and MND crusader Neil Danaher. The Port Perry smelter has been handed a financial lifeline to prevent it closing down. One Nation has attracted thousands of dollars in donations after launching its Fire the Liar fundraising campaign. And in sport, Magpies defender Billy Frampton is about to front the AFL tribunal to challenge a 3-game ban for rough conduct that resulted in Brodie Myercheck fracturing his neck. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, roads are looking too bad for the run home today, which is great. Rack's in a breakdown free, so enjoy that while you can. Got a few delays to look out for the normal spots for the drive home. The Salisbury Highway slow just as you're approaching Kings Road. Churchill Road North busy through that Dry Creek area, and we are slow going South Road through Mile End and approaching Henley Beach Road. Good look out for works today to Halloran Hill, Main South Road near Majors Road with the Cameron-Cashel Street, Pasadena. Dinner just got exciting. Faster Pasta's new pasta bakes are oven-baked, golden brown, and just so good. Faster Pasta family favourites served hot and hearty. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now, the forecast partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top after an overnight low of just 8 degrees. Right now, it's 17. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
How many trees are in the firing line for the MotoGP?
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
Do you reckon the council was being even remotely impartial on this question?
5AA Breakfast.
Their default position when they hear that the great unwashed are coming into the city for V8s or something like that.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
We don't want plebeian mainstream events sullying our vision of the city. Anything beyond WOMAD is like a red rag to a bull to those people.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
You can close your eyes and hope that when you open them, you got a brand new life.
9 out of 10 people who are blind don't need to be. Fred Hollow's vision was to end avoidable blindness.
Look around you, everyone you see, everyone you know is gone.
Fred saw a brighter future, and by donating just $25 today, you can help make his vision a reality.
What did he say? He says we can see quite well.
Donate at hollows.org and help continue Fred's vision.
The things you value deserve the best protection. Your car, your tools, your weekend projects. Alpha Industries garages and sheds will keep them safe from rain, hail and the harsh Australian sun. Made from genuine Australian blue scope steel and fully welded for strength and durability, built with you in mind. South Australian owned and operated for over 40 years, Alpha Industries builds garages and sheds that work as hard as you do. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
At Nurse Next Door, we believe in making lives better, helping you stay independent at home with the right support in place. As a government-registered support-at-home provider, we'll guide you through your options and help you get the most from your aged care funding. With no lock-in contracts and care overseen by a registered nurse, we'll tailor a plan to suit your needs. To find out more, visit nursenextdoor.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
And he's gone. That is Nahid Rana striking again. As we talk about Carey doing well to struggle it out, he just gets one, jacks back in, induces the edge, the shoulder of the bat, and an easy take once again. And Bangladesh strike.
Yeah, overnight Australia went down to Bangladesh in the cricket, first time in 21 years. You might want to have your say around that. 8223 0000. You might want to talk Tim Evans' stories, inducted into the Australian Football Hall of Fame last night. Love to get your stories on the air very soon. Max Michelani from the Crows and Jimmy Bartell.
Just before you go to Joe Berry, I want to have my say about that. The first loss to 21 years to Bangladesh. No wonder we lost. We got an English-born captain. Are we surprised?
What are you saying, they can't captain?
And he's the wicket keeper over a bloke by the name of Alex Carey. He's probably the best keeper batsman in the world today. So sucked in is what I say.
I can't understand. Alex is the best gloveman going around. You know,
and he's a leader. Why can't he captain?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, honestly, care factor for me on that one. Nil.
Well, I got a lot of care here. Port held on to win by 6 points against the West Coast on Saturday night. We called it. We were quite exhausted at the end of it. I'm sure this bloke was as well. Joe Berry, welcome.
G'day, Timmy. G'day, Rowey. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Good boy.
Yes, absolutely. And now, I've always been told you've got to enjoy your wins. Now, did you enjoy your win or were you too exhausted?
Oh, it was probably a mixture of both, but no, definitely enjoyed it. It was pretty exhausting game, but I think after it, singing the song and getting around all the friends and family was definitely rewarding.
Now, how did the coaches actually summarise the game when you got to sort of review stage? What'd they pull out?
I think we looked at the positives first about, I suppose our intercept game was pretty good, and that was obviously led by folks like Asava and Alir and the games they had. But I suppose some of the things we do need to improve on was just some of our scoring. I think we had a fair few entries for not too many goals, so we're still working through that. And then probably just a bit of our ball movement in the back half was another thing we're still looking at and trying to improve.
I've got to say, in that first quarter, there was a lot of heat on, and it seemed like, they were up for the fight. You Beauty, they're at home, had the crowd behind them. But we seemed to settle better, and then we were able to go through and have 9 shots a goal. It was just the 3-6 that was disappointing. So that would have been on the positive list, surely.
Oh, 100%. I think, especially in front of a pretty big crowd over there, and they get up and about, and I think for us to, like you kind of said, settle and obviously the inaccuracy wasn't the greatest, but to still get the shots on goal and give ourselves a chance was really pleasing.
Have they come up with more pickle juice solutions for the cramping?
Oh, I think, maybe just getting more of it.
Yeah.
Bit of bulk buying, but I think we should be a lot better this week. I think it's just one of those games where it was pretty, like you said, it was pretty frantic for a bit of the game, and it can definitely take a toll on the legs.
How are you feeling yourself as far as confidence goes? It looks like you're feeling more confident at the level.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like your confidence has definitely grown, and I think overall, our game this year's improved, and obviously there's still plenty of things to work on, but happy with, I suppose, how things are going and how I can continue to play my best footy for the team.
Yeah, well, that keyword, I'm just going to have a little chat to you about that, Joe. I have a very keen interest on small forwards, obviously, and I love your weapons. I love what you can bring, but I don't get to see them enough because all I see you doing is having to chase, tackle, harass, catch the midfielder out of a stoppage, work the way up the ground and get your way back. Don't turn into a role model player, Joe. Get yourself close to the goal and kick goals like you did in that showdown.
Yeah, well, it is always nice getting on the end of a few. It's sometimes it's all part of the game, the chasing and the hunting and stuff. But yeah, it is always nice to kick a few goals. You're right.
Yeah, but no, you didn't hear me. I don't want you turning into a role
just
play.
kicked 2 goals
Yes,
in a
he
tough
did,
game.
and that's
it's the difference between us winning and losing.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's his weapon. Get close to goal and bloody kick him, Joe.
Yeah, no, I will.
Thank you, son.
He already has. Now we'll get back to it. Our pressure in those last 2 games before we went to the break, it dropped down into the 160s, but pleased to say it was back up into the high 180s, so that would have been a pleasing factor as well.
Yeah, we did talk about it during the week and over that kind of bye week about that little bit of a drop-off, and I thought, yeah, we came and responded a lot better, and there was definitely a bit of a forward focus as well. It was about, getting after them and kind of putting the West Coast defenders on a fair bit of heat. So we'll definitely look to bring that again for the rest of the year, for sure.
Well, we shocked Geelong in round 7. Is that a blueprint that we can use for the Sydney game?
Yeah, I think that game there was one of those games where things went really well for us and we definitely clicked all together. And obviously Sydney are a quality side and they're pretty quick and they'll love to play the game quick. So if we can, hem them in and kind of keep them wide and stop them from, using all their, I suppose, elite speed, and that'll definitely be something we'll look at this week.
Is the confidence in the group like that? Because for me, we're all looking at this game exactly like we did the Geelong game, in that nobody gives us a chance, but we think we're a chance.
Yeah, 100%. I think we go into every game. Obviously, some of the results haven't been gone our favour, but we go into every game with the belief we can, get the win and definitely put some of these good sides under some real heat. So they'll definitely won't differ this week.
Well, you're not unlike our team, mate. You're developing nicely. Keep the good work up and let's get a surprise victory on Saturday night.
100%. Be awesome.
Good on you, Joe.
See you, Joe. Good luck.
Cheers, Timmy. Cheers, Rowey. Thanks.
That's Joe Berry, rising up-and-comer at the Port Adelaide Football Club. Yeah. Hopefully can continue his good form.
Well, I've got high hopes for this kid.
Yeah, I think he can play. And he is smart around
I don't think
goals.
he got what I was saying.
Yeah.
I know you've got to play your role within your role.
You were basically saying ignore coach's orders and do what you like.
Yeah, no, Millie, no. But I get sick to death of seeing this. So through your juniors, he was a small forward, an All-Australian small forward, kicked 26 goals in the under-18s, and he was close to goal and he was crafty, he was brilliant. Now, I've seen enough of that to know that is his one wood. I call it the one wood. Getting him to bloody cover the fat side so a midfielder just doesn't get away and chase and harass and tackle up on the wing and then get all the way back, and not everyone can do that. His value is close to goal. Now, you had a bloke, his name was Junior Rioli, and this bloke can be exactly the same. I didn't see him chase tackle. He did win in the area, but he's not a role player. This bloke is a goal-kicking small forward.
Jump on the 5AA Facebook and YouTube live stream, because next, on the other side of this break, we have somebody who's about to live out a Sport Junkies bucket list item, and that is heading to the FIFA World Cup, and he's going to be travelling the Americas and following our Socceroos, Lucas Ronaldo, to give us a FIFA World Cup preview straight after we check traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury Downs. Reports of a crash with delays on the Salisbury Highway to Spains Road. We're slow right now, South Road 3 Mile End near FIVEAA Theatre, and quite busy Tapley's Hill Road, Acklenelg North, just near Anzac Highway. A couple of cameras tonight for the drive home. You'll find them Alawana Avenue, Mitchell Park, and Wattle Street, Malvern. That one is there right now. Invest smarter with CommSec. Get your investing edge on the daily CommSec Market Update podcast. This podcast is created and distributed by CommSec. Content is general in nature. Investing carries risk. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. The Crows showed some real grit as they ground out a tough win over the Fancy Cats. Now, an equally daunting challenge awaits as they head to Melbourne for a date with the Doggies.
How good is Jordan Dawson?
Tomorrow night on 5AA, can the Crows take another serious scalp when they take on the Bulldogs at Marvel?
Massive Thursday night game.
AFL Live on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Built like a brick house. Basic trailers are your best mate for any load. Use the code 5AA to pay only $1 for rego on purchase of your new trailer. True blue deal at Paraka. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Stuff it, Barry. We're going to Liechtenstein.
With first month storage for just $1 at Storage King, Bev and Barry can finally go travel.
Hold on tight, Barry!
Stuff it. Live more. Visit Storage King today. Conditions apply.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
Hutt Street Centre supports South Australians experiencing homelessness every day, providing meals, showers, support services and a safe place for people doing it tough. It's a great organisation.
My word,
Rowey.
it is. And we support it. And with demand continuing to rise, especially through winter, support from the community, look, it's never been more important.
Yeah, and this is why this year's Walk a Mile in My Boots on Friday, August 7th, is so important. You've got to raise vital funds and awareness for people experiencing homelessness right here in South Australia.
I reckon I've got the last 5 years beanies.
Yeah, right.
I'm wearing the MND one.
Yeah.
They're collector's items. And
absolutely.
that money goes towards them. It's great. Getting involved is easy. Sign up. Spread the word and walk together on Friday, August 7th. Be here before you know it. And if you can't be there on the day, a donation still makes a real difference.
Absolutely it does. Step up to end homelessness. Register or donate today at walkamile.org.au.
A lot can change in a single moment. A cancer diagnosis, medical results you never expected. But breakthroughs begin with moments too. Thursday, June 11, support the Hospital Research Foundation Group's Giving Day and help fund life-changing medical research to find cures and improve care in SA. For 12 hours only, every dollar donated before 9 p.m. will be doubled. Twice the impact, twice the support for life-changing medical research in South Australia. Donate now at givingday.hospitalresearch.org.au.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Mum, are you okay? You didn't pick up. I've been calling for hours.
I tumbled hard and landed awkwardly at the bottom. My ankle twisted badly. I couldn't move or call out clearly. It took several hours before my neighbour heard me. It was really frightening.
That call happens every day across Australia. Care Alert personal alarms mean your loved one is never more than a button press from help. Visit carealert.com.au. Care Alert, because seconds matter.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Thanks for joining us at 12 minutes to 5. Max Michaelani from the Crows coming up at 5 o'clock. We have Jimmy Bartell as well at 5:30 and your chance to win another locker room double pass to Port Adelaide and Sydney with Timmy's quiz. But tuning to the live stream now, all thanks to Glimpse Home Improvements. We aren't far away to heading to the FIFA World Cup.
Can't wait till it hits us. Don't worry about that. It's going to be World Cup fever at its best. Lucas Ronaldo, welcome, son. How are you?
I'm brilliant. Absolutely pumped up. Not long now at all. Thanks for having me.
Now, you are heading over, as we speak tomorrow, to go and see our first game.
I think I've gone officially from the excitement of, oh my God, we actually have to play this weekend. We're actually going to be there and I'm going to be in the ground for all the games. So fingers crossed. It's a hard game first up. Turkey's probably the best team in our group.
So describe Turkey. I mean, we got them in Vancouver, is that right? Yeah. So that's our first game. 1:30 is a nice time slot for us back here home on Sunday. But they are a tough opposition. What will be our tactics?
Yeah, I think we're basically for all the groups, I reckon we'll set up quite defensively. I think in our first game, for me, they're probably the best team in our group. USA obviously are on home soil, but they've got players like Yildiz and Yilmaz, and Arda Güler plays at Real Madrid So that really shows his calibre. They've got great players, but I think we'll see in the first half we'll sit back and look to hit teams on the counter, and then maybe in the second half then we'll look to get more of our exciting players on.
Tony Popovic said that he wants us to surprise people, and he reckons he's got a squad and some young players that they just don't know about. One of them would be our own Nestri Irakunda, who's got some amazing power, but it's probably more so about your tactic first and whether you want to waste that in the first half or utilise it in the second.
For me, I still would want to see him start. Despite you need those one or two players for X factor, I think that he will start games or at least a game at this tournament.
Yep.
My gut feel is that on Sunday Australian time that he'll start on the bench and then be used as that weapon, but he's so dangerous. He's so powerful, and it's so exciting that not only an Aussie, one of our own that, was playing not only at Adelaide United at Raiders, has gone on to this career, and if he puts one in the top corner against Turkey.
I don't get, he's in form, he's kicking goals. The name of the game is to get it in the bloody onion net. Why park the bloody bus? It's the World Cup.
Well, Touré's been doing the same thing.
He has been. Put your best out there. So have you got in your head our starting 11? Or is this more tactical?
I think Tony Popovic definitely will have already. And from what we've seen in the friendlies, Irakunda was great against Switzerland. The argument against him has been that his defensive work rate, and Popovic likes to play defensive football, isn't up there. But the fact of the matter is he actually won the ball more times than any other player on the pitch in the last game against Switzerland and was our best player. Okay. So whether that changes Tony Popovic's mind, it might be almost too late to change it. But for me, if it was, Tony Popovic is an experienced coach. He knows what he's doing. I would like to see him start, but I can understand the merit of going, this is one of the most damaging players, the quickest players that can attack these sort of tired defences late in games.
Okay, Lucas, I'm with you. So let's just say we get 1 point against Turkey, because you've just talked them up. Who cares about Real Madrid? I couldn't give a stuff about the Paraguay one. I just want to beat Team USA. I want to shove a big, massive zucchini. Well, actually, I'll keep that a bit cleaner. Good. I want to beat them. Those big, square-jawed, talking, disrespectful pieces of beep. Can you get them up for that game? Are you the same as me?
I think it's 7 billion people onto the United States next week. It's going to be, we're never going to have so much support at a World Cup, because obviously, won't get into the political aspect, but that's a massive part of it too. But they just keep going on and on and on, and are talking like they're 5-time world champions. We've got the same football. We've got the same football pedigree as the United States. So. I find it bizarre. They've said that we're a layup. They've said that we're easy beats, and then we'll see what happens next week.
What do they have in their squad?
Well, I think they've
big
got
mouths and square jaws and massive teeth, Timmy.
And then I think they've got probably a couple of individual players that are better than ours, in all honesty. But that doesn't really matter at World Cups. The 2022 World Cup, that was the worst team we've ever taken to a World Cup, and we got to round of 16.
Well, I was going to ask you, how does this squad compare to 22 when we nearly rolled Argentina?
I think it's better. It's much younger. I think it's, in a way, this World Cup's almost a free hit for me, because a lot of our best players, like Geordie Boss, Nestri Irakunda, Mo Touré, will be better in 4 years' time. So we've got
more in the very early 20s.
Exactly. In the past, we've been relying on a Tim Cahill, even Aaron Moy last tournament, but now this is a young, exciting team.
Yeah. Wow, this is good. It's especially for that USA game, which is...
So what's a pass mark?
I think a pass mark is getting out of the group. The way it's an expanded tournament, so there's 48 teams rather than 32.
We have to be one of the highest finishing third places. 8 of them are going through?
Yeah, 8 out of the 12 will go through. So to me, a pass mark, you probably only need to win one game. And I think we should be aiming... I think we're 27th ranked in the world. We should be aiming to get round of 32.
Draw with Turkey, beat the US and Paraguay 1 point. Bang, with
top the group. See you later.
Days.
That sounded easy. I don't know why you're going.
I should have waited so I could go to the semi-final and the final. Pay 10 grand for a final ticket.
Everyone says it's the best sporting event you can ever go to. But paint us a picture, and when you're playing the Cameroons and all these other teams where it's their life.
I had a mate go to Germany.
Lucas.
When was that?
2006.
Yeah. And he said, it's still the biggest highlight.
It's people's life.
Nothing can compete. It's a religion. When you talk about, particularly when you look at South America, the scenes when Argentina won it in 2022. Across the world, there's nothing better bringing it together. It's interesting that it's happening in the United States, obviously, a country where...
And let's hope it's safe.
That is going to be an interesting part of it. There's a lot going on in the lead up to the tournament, and the way they're hosting it has been a bit different to everyone else. But with the US, it seems their way of the highway.
They would be confused as a nation because they normally have a World Series that just involves them. So this is going to be really confusing for them that there's other countries coming over.
Oh, this actually is
I think that's part of the
hatred.
Yeah, correct. I think that's part of the hate, the dislike that a lot of the rest of the world, and particularly it's for the rest of the world, it's football against soccer.
Yeah.
I think this is where we see a lot of the rest of the world just wanting us to win and sort of do everyone a favour.
Of course, Mexico and Canada would get it. Great nations there. Group L, Croatia, England, Ghana and Panama. What sort of squad? The EPL is probably it's the standout comp domestically in the world, isn't it? But what are they like as a nation themselves?
Well,
this World Cup.
They'll be backing themselves. They've made some interesting squad picks. Phil Foden, who's one of the best players that they've probably got, hasn't done it that much for England. They've left him at home. Similar with Cole Palmer. But they've got Harry Kane, who's probably the best striker in the world. So they've been knocking on the door, but it's bizarre. It's hard for me. It's harder for England to win it than any other country, just because the amount of pressure that they put on themselves and the scrutiny. It feels like when they get to that stage, if they do, they're under more pressure. But I mean, they've got a great manager who's made some big calls. I think they'll get far. I can't see them winning it just because the pressure on them is ridiculous.
Well, the quarters last time around, wasn't it? And they were the pressure was immense on England. They got that far.
Yeah, and then even the semis in 2018, that probably was a worse team than they've got now, and lost to Croatia. So, and they've been knocking on the door, but now they've got Thomas Tuchel.
Croatia keep knocking on the door. I was there. We were in Perth for the 2018 France final.
Yeah,
and. It was massive. The whole casino was packed with everybody in the light, but they lost that final. But they then, I think, made
semi-finals.
So they're always knocking around.
And for
the
a country, I believe they have a population of less than 10 million. It's amazing. They've got an older squad this time. It will be a bit harder, but for a country, they bat above their weight so much. I've had Luka Modric. It's probably his swan song. Who's won a Ballon d'Or, been a great midfielder for many years.
Gee whiz, I tell you what, it's a lot of stories in it, isn't it?
Messi playing?
Yes.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, Ronaldo. So Ronaldo's got to try and outdo Messi. Ronaldo's now sort of into his 40s. It's going to be a hard task, but Portugal have a really, really good team. And that, I felt like in 2022 when Argentina won it, the Messi-Ronaldo debate was dead.
Yes.
If Portugal win it, then it's back on, and I'm sure everyone will be saying it's down to him. But he's in his 40s. Surely he can't do it all on himself.
Which way does it lean for you? Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi for me, even despite my name. For me, I would go Messi's his natural talent.
I've got Portuguese background and I'm backing Messi.
Surname Ronaldo. Well, it is a pity that Italy didn't make it again. That's
thanks for reminding me, Rowey.
I love them in there.
Yeah.
Well, it is now an issue. It's 3 times. I was just saying to Rowey about how it's a lot harder for the Europeans to qualify, but 3 times not getting in. It is, isn't it?
It's embarrassing, and to see it happen again, and each time it's been a team. There's Bosnia this time. It's been Sweden. It's been North Macedonia. Teams that Italy should. I remember growing up, my dad's generation and the generation before me. It was always you got to support Italy because Australia aren't there. Now everyone's doing the opposite.
Yeah,
because Italy aren't going to be there, so you've got to support Australia. So
Lucas, stay safe. Please ring us. We're going to cross you after each game. We'd love to do that. We love your knowledge on the world game. Go the Socceroos and let's beat America.
Yeah, and I do have to thank one of our listeners, Con. He sent me the World Cup 2026 guide. He's given me tips. He's given me fold-outs to pin in the lunchroom. I got it all.
Con, you normally send that to me. Why are you sending it to Timmy now?
Well, he wanted it to be used.
Come back. Lucas, I have no comeback, mate.
Lucas, we look forward to speaking to you pre and post throughout. You're going to be our FIVEAA World Cup correspondents over in the States, so have a fantastic time.
Stay safe.
Thank you very much, boys. Looking forward to it.
And you can score big savings before June 30 with 30% off blind shutters, curtains and awnings at Glimpse Jeps Cross. It's time for the 5 o'clock news. Max Michaelani from the Crows to join us next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Get ahead of winter with comfy credits from Origin. Move with Origin and you could get up to $200 in bill credits. That's $100 for natural gas and $100 for electricity, keeping you comfy and in control this winter. That's all kinds of useful. Search Origin today. New and moving residential customers only. Sign up by 30th of June and stay until 30th of June. Bill credit includes GST. T's and C's and eligibility apply.
It's Wednesday, my favourite day, because KFC's $9.95 Wicked Deal for 2 is here. 8 Wicked Wings and 2 regular thick-cut golden chips, all for under $10 today only at KFC. You know what to do. Online only, excludes delivery. T's and C's apply.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. To make way for new ranges, National Tiles end of financial year half-price clearance is on now. Rush into National Tiles now and pay half price for hundreds of beautiful National Wall and Floor clearance tiles, all with our exclusive lifetime guarantee. Yes, rush into National Tiles now for our famous half-price annual clearance on beautiful National Wall and Floor clearance tiles. But you'll have to be quick, so rush into National Tiles or go online now and save. Conditions apply.
If you need a reason to head out no matter what the weather, here it is. The new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel. Big screens, plenty of heaters, pizza, steak, good friends, and all your favourites on tap. Settle in for lunch, catch the sports action, or take advantage of the great weekly dinner specials. If you're up for a different kind of round, have a hit at X-Golf upstairs. It's all in the new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel, Footy Park Precinct, West Lakes.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie, family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Optus social media manager George here. We read lots of comments. A bit like this one. Regional 5G service is so average. We want you to know we're on it, with more 5G towers rolling out across regional Australia. Check website for coverage. 5G availability and speed may vary.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top, after an overnight low of just 8 degrees. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
It's been a day of serious road crashes, with a car bursting into flames after colliding with a truck on the Dukes Highway south of Tailem Bend this morning. The condition of the person or persons in the car hasn't yet been revealed. There was another crash in which a truck rollover closed the Mallee Highway after a lot of debris was spilled over the road. As well, a motorcyclist ploughed into a winery building at Langhorne Creek this morning. And there was also a serious car crash at Modbury Heights. Again, the condition of those involved isn't yet known. A guard of honour has brought an end to an emotional state funeral for Neil Danaher. Alex Riddell was there.
Before the hearse drove down Danaher's way, Neil's favourite song, Mr Brightside, could be heard in the distance. Thousands of people then formed a guard of honour on Danaher's way. The crowd fell silent before they started clapping as the coffin passed by, followed by his family walking behind. More than 5,000 people attended the state funeral, with tributes from his wife Jan, his children, one of his brothers and 2 of his grandchildren. A number of light-hearted stories were shared by good friends, including former Melbourne skipper David Neitz and Cam Taylor, a farmer and friend from the small WA country town of Tambalup, who was told by Jan to give her husband a bit of a roast. Neil's casket left the MCG with Fields of Gold playing.
One Nation has responded to Labor's plea to supporters to donate $27 to help fight Pauline Hanson with its own push, seeking $29 donations to Fire the Liar. One Nation says it'll use the funds on billboards, TV and radio ads. A new support package has been announced for Port Perry's Near Star smelter. The state, federal and Tasmanian governments are chipping in a total of $105 million, with South Australian taxpayers on the hook for $35 million of that. The funding will support operations at both the Port Perry and Hobart smelters, helping maintain industrial capability and saving hundreds of jobs. Accused Bondi Beach gunman Naveed Akram is facing 19 additional offences, as his case was mentioned briefly in court today. The 24-year-old is now facing almost 80 charges, with the new offences including multiple counts of shootout with intent to murder and discharging a firearm with intent to resist arrest. His lawyer says they had been expecting this development.
He was sort of aware of it on the last occasion, but a matter of this magnitude, it's not unusual for additional charges to be laid.
The United States says nearly all missiles and drones launched by Iran have been intercepted. The US military struck 20 targets across Iran in retaliation for the downing of an army helicopter. Iran responded with strikes at American bases in Kuwait, Bahrain and Jordan. But the Americans claim the attacks were unsuccessful. The two helicopter pilots were rescued and are now in a stable condition. Now, FIVEAA Sport. Port Adelaide captain Connor Rowey is expected to miss the rest of the season with an ongoing hamstring injury. The 26-year-old ruptured the tendon back in March and has battled complications with the nerve. He's expected to turn his attention to being ready for an early pre-season. Billy Frampton's AFL tribunal hearing is now underway. The Magpies are challenging the key defender's 3-game ban for rough conduct. They argue Frampton's neck-breaking tackle on Melbourne's Brodie Mihocek was not careless. Western Bulldogs coach Luke Beveridge has stopped short of confirming his club met with Zach Butters in recent weeks. Beveridge has reiterated his desire to sign Butters as a free agent when his Port Adelaide contract expires at the end of the season.
Zach's a unique one because Zach was a really keen Bulldog supporter as a kid. He had Brad Johnson's number 6 on his back as a junior, and in his draft year I met him in the cafe. But there's a romance there for the club, and we like to think Zach.
Now, FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon, got big delays at Salisbury Downs. Reports of a crash there. Those delays are on the Salisbury Highway just near Spains Road heading outbound. More delays on the Putter Expressway just as you're leaving Port Adelaide. And we are slow for works at Edinburgh North, Wammer Road near Woodcuts Road. Cameras tonight, Doothie Street, Malvern, and got one right now, Alowina Avenue at Mitchell Park. Stock up with low prices at Dan Murphy's. Get Johnny Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky 700ml 2 for $125 for My Dan's members. Ends Sunday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top, 8 the overnight low, a shower or two on Friday, up to 24, and then showers easing on Saturday, back to 18. Currently 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Rackless. Tonight, SA road chaos. 3 serious accidents in the space of an hour. Local Macca's workers in a fight with the fast food giant that could impact employees nationwide. Young Australians in a trailblazing trial to stop Alzheimer's before it starts. And why Isaac Rankin is being kept in cotton wool for another week. 9 News. Your news. 986 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Max Michelani as the Crows name their team this hour to take on the Dogs. Jimmy Bartell as Billy Frampton's tribunal case begins. Matilda Garrett from our Adelaide Thunderbirds, and your chance to win 5AA locker room tickets.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Along with your calls this evening, 8223 0000. The lines are open. It is 8 minutes after 5. You might be a Port Adelaide supporter on the back of this.
Hot off the press.
So, some great news. The mid-season draftee in Xavier Bammett. It's just been announced in the last 5 minutes. He will be making his AFL debut for Port Adelaide against the Sydney Swans on Saturday.
Yeah, congratulations to the young man. He made a bit of an impact in his first SAMFL appearance, so they've seen enough. They like. They want to bring him into the mix. So
what's he do?
Well, he's sort of been midfield forward, kicked 2 goals, but I'm not sure what position they're looking at and who comes out. Now, we'll have Josh Lai come out with concussion protocols, but he's half-back, so I don't think he's going to go half-back. So I'm not sure.
Exciting.
I'm expecting Farrell to come back in.
Preface it with not a fan of the mid-year draft, but it's exciting that a kid gets
an opportunity for him.
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, build with Sterling Homes.
Certainly can. Crows off a great fighting 1-point win. They got the Dogs tomorrow night. It never gets easier. It's under the lid at Marvel. Joining us as a gun defender and everyone's favourite, I must say, Max Michaeletti. Welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back on.
No, good man. That was a great fighting win, wasn't it?
Was it ever? I've personally been on the receiving end of a couple 1-point losses, which always sting a lot. So to be on the right side of it, it's definitely a bonus. And we're chuffed with how we went.
Yeah. As a team, I love your fight. But again, you know, I just look at a couple of numbers. The centre square losing at 16-8. It's a hard way to play week in, week out, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. One thing that we pride ourselves on internally is our fight. So winning the contest is something that's always going to be difficult each week, especially against an experienced midfield like Geelong. But I think to our credit in the wet, we put in a really good fight, and thankfully we were able to get the 4 points at the end of the day. But again, tomorrow night we're going to be really challenged against another experienced midfield in the Western Bulldogs. So that's a challenge to us, bringing our fight and making sure that we can win that contest battle.
Yeah, well done. God, we need 3 Jordan Dawsons, don't we? We need one back with you. We need one in the midfield and one up front. God, wasn't that a terrific game by the skipper last week?
No, wouldn't that be nice? 3 Jordan Dawsons. Yeah. I think everyone would love that. And yeah, I'm so proud of how Dawson's been going as of late. Obviously, he's been going through so much firstly, but for him to front up each week and lead from the front as captain of our footy club, I'm so proud to play alongside him and then, call him my teammate.
Yeah, he's a terrific leader and a good role model. Tex is out, Thilthorpe's back. We just haven't had any continuity with those big 3 that we did last year, Max. If Fogg didn't have a sore back and then Tex got reported, then he got injured, then he's out. Filthy's the same with his back, then he got reported and out. It'd be nice to get the 3 back together, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Those 3 are, a pivotal part of our team, and we love them all fit and firing, and unfortunately that hasn't been the case so far this year, with a lot of them missing a little bit of footy. So, hopefully we can have Tex back next week, and, we're looking forward to him performing at the level that we all know he can. But in saying that, I think it's a real quality of our group at the moment that we've got depth. So we've got Big Toby Murray that's come in and he's played a role and he's been playing really, really well. So, thankfully we have people who can step up in their space when those boys aren't available to play.
Hey, Max, Tim Geneva, congratulations on your win, but congratulations on your game. How early on do you get to know what your role is or who you're taking?
Pretty early on. I knew I was going to take Jeremy Cameron last week. Obviously, I've played on him a few times now. It might have been the 4th or 5th time that I've played on him, so I kind of knew that was coming. But, usually when we do our off-on analysis maybe 2 or 3 days before the game, we find out our matchups, and from there on out, it's focusing on that and making sure we can, fill a role for the team.
So when you rocked up to stand him, did his bottom lip drop? Did he sort of go, oh, no, not you again? Because it just seems like you're a great matchup for him. I mean, you're giving away 6 centimetres and you're giving away 11 years in age and a heap of games. I think he's up to 290-odd. You're about 80. So, yeah, you're giving away a bit, mate, but you're able to put him in a jar, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I saw his lip drop at all. I think my lip dropped a little bit. I had to play on him for the 5th time, but it's always a great matchup. Me and Jeremy Cameron, he's obviously got the height and he's quite quick and he's really smart. So it's a difficult matchup for anyone to play on. But I think thankfully we had a good team approach where a few boys all had little hit-outs on him, like comes to mind. Hugo Hull-Kahan had a really good contest on him. Jordan Butts had a really good contest on him. Josh Roll had a good contest on him. So it's not really an individual matchup as such, but it's more of a team focus.
Geez, by the sound of that, you weren't even near him.
Yeah. Well, thankfully those boys could step up when they needed to. So, I love playing alongside the boys at the moment.
Well done.
You need to channel Leighton Hewitt a bit more and do the old all due credit myself, Max. Come on. Hey, who you got this week then?
I'll go through a few of them. The Doggies have a really, really good forward line at the moment. Waitman's back in, so I think I'll spend a little bit of time on him, a little bit of time on Artie Jones, and a little bit of time on Riley West when he's playing a bit deeper. So it's going to be a good matchup for me, and I'm keen to get stuck into it.
Yeah, I do like that Waitman, second game back. There'll be a challenge again, the Dogs. What are their threats?
Well, they've got personnel across the whole ground that are elite players. You know, obviously there's Marcus Bontempelli, Ed Richards in the midfield. So as you touched on earlier, our contest is going to be huge for this game. Their offence is something that they pride themselves on, and they probably beat us on that earlier in the year, their ability to win the contest and go forward off there. So that's what we're focusing on, and we're going to make sure, we can control, and we can get it done.
Yeah, so Peds is back, Muzzer's back. Phil thought it'd be good to get Muzzer back. I thought it was a bit stiff how he was in, then out, then went forward, and then went forward, and then went out, and then went back. And then he's been dicked around a bit, Max.
Yeah, well, I think it's a real credit to Nick Murray, to be honest.
Yeah.
His ability to put his hand up and play different roles where the team needs him, something that's really unselfish and something that's not undervalued within the four walls of the club. So, again, I love playing alongside Nick Murray, and for him to line up down back alongside me, I couldn't think of anything better. So, I'm chuffed with it.
No, great work. And Keeney will have another game in the sample, so he's been very diligent with his broken leg. He's back, so you think about him, Rankin maybe next week as well. Text from suspension, touch wood, no injuries. I mean, you're building towards your best 25.
Yeah, we sure are. One of those names that you mentioned in Mark Keane, I'm super excited to see playing for the Crows again, especially at AFL level, of course. He had a good hit out against South Adelaide last week in the SANFL where he played really, really well, and he's got another hit out this week. And then we're looking to hopefully bring him back the following week. So he's been really professional in his rehab program. And, I'm really excited to see what he can contribute to the team in the back half of this year.
Yeah, and he's had a tough month and a tough year as well with his loss, so our thoughts with him as well with that. Now, what about you, young fella, Maxie? What's this knee strapping? What have you got? What's up with your knee?
Just a few little niggles that have stemmed from last year. I had a few knocks on it last year, and I had a little clean out throughout the pre-season, so I didn't do a whole lot of the pre-season, especially until after Christmas. And now it's just a precautionary measure, and there's still a little bit of fluid in the knee joint, so it causes a little bit of, I suppose, just a little bit annoying to put it, easily.
A bit of meniscus, you have to get it drained, do you? A little bit of sucky.
I'm actually not too sure. I'll leave that to the doctors, whatever they think's best they can do. But, I think so far the knee taping's doing what it has to.
Well done. Well, you're starting to build that consistent high level of footy, which we love about you, Max. And I think the second half of the year, I'd say a lot of players are going to be in that boat, no question.
Hey, Max, I was looking you up today to have a chat, and I went, where did that time go? You're in your fourth year of footy. You're 22 years of age, nearly 80 games. Do you sort of go, wow, that went quick? Because it did for me.
Yeah, have I ever?
That's
it's
unreal.
Actually funny you say that, because I was talking about that earlier today. We were talking, especially in the back line, how we all started off at similar times, and now we're all up to around that 80-game mark, between 50 and 100 games. So it's flown really, really quickly, and it's been enjoyable every single second. So the one thing that, we're missing at the moment is probably that consistency in winning. So that's something we're striving to make sure we can do, and it's going to be even better when we're able to achieve that.
Well, I think you've got some exciting years ahead, young man.
God, certainly is. No more bloody close games, Max.
Nah, well, I'm not a fan of them. They're giving me a heart attack. I'd much rather a 6-goal buffer. So I'll make sure to talk to the forwards and make sure they kick more goals.
Actually, I want to take that comment back. Unless it's against Port Adelaide with the last 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, well, it's good theatrics, that, isn't it?
Hey, before you go, are they still sort of like grooming you for the midfield, or just for now you just keep playing your roll down back?
Every chance I get to walk past Nathan Van Burley, our mids coach, I say, do you need me in for a centre bounce this week? And he bluntly says, no, mate, every single time. So I don't think I'm close to that, but hopefully if the opportunity arises, they'll give me a run through the guts.
Oh, mate, another top 6 scalp would be nice. It's under the lid. It'd be nice to have a great win, Max. I feel the team's building. I feel your form is building. Thanks for your time, and let's come back with the 4 points on Thursday night.
That's the plan. Thank you very much for having me back on.
Thanks, lad.
See you, Max.
Max Michaelini. What a terrific kid.
Yeah, but honestly, I was shocked when I
yeah,
went 22.
I
He's in his
looked it up
fourth
as well.
year.
85 games, is it? Or
He's 78.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so
that's just gone in a
that
heartbeat.
is flown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he is a player beyond his years.
I can hear his maturity already because
He's 22.
Having interviewed him when he first got drafted and played his first game, to now you go, well, you can hear that maturity already sneaking in. So
we all said he had a touch of the Ben Hart's.
Well,
if he can
spot on. Spot on.
If he
the
can
way he plays,
end up with that resume, and he's on target. There's no question about that.
Resume,
the talent he's got. The Jeremy Cameron has only had 2 games this year where he's been goalless. Both against the Adelaide Crows and Max Michaelini, so well done to him. 19 after 5, and whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Goal Square build with Sterling Homes, we have your opportunity to win tickets to the FIVEAA locker room. So call in right now, Port Adelaide supporters, if you want to get along to see the Swans and Power on Saturday night at the Oval, and the best seats in the house. With, of course, a Villies footy feed and mini desserts and a 5-hour beverage package. Views into the Port Adelaide rooms. Hopefully to watch them sing the song after the game. Call in now. We'll play the quiz. Here's your roads.
Afternoon in the east end of the city, Carvey bus, East Terrace near the O-Barn. Salisbury Downs, a crash with monster delays on the Salisbury Howard in Spains Road. Really slow right now. Fullerton Road driving home through Dulwich, and quite busy Tapley's Hill Road up the Knoll North. Camera 8th Avenue, St Peters. Honda's end of financial year event is on now with great deals available across a select Honda range. T's and C's apply. Limited time offers only while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. If you've had solar on your roof for 10 years, you would understand the big feed-in tariffs have pretty much disappeared. That's why NRG Solar will tell you the best way forward is to combine your existing or new solar system with battery storage. Storing the excess energy your solar makes during the day to use it at night is a game changer. NRG Solar helps you upgrade smarter with solutions designed to target zero power bills. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Toop and Toop has been named Australia's #1 large residential agency of the year at the Real Estate Institute of Australia National Awards. It's a proud moment and a reflection of more than 40 years helping South Australians buy and sell property with trusted advice, strategic expertise and exceptional results. As a family-owned agency, we're incredibly grateful to our clients and community for placing their trust in Toop and Toop since 1985. To learn more, visit toop.com.au.
Now, if you need to move from A to B to C this winter, your best, and I'm going to highlight best, BEST move is with Budget Car and Truck Rental.
Look, they're so generous. They'll give you the boxes and the tape for storage. They'll give you these magnificent covers to make sure all your furniture arrives in pristine condition. Budget has you sorted.
Certainly does. And look, then you'll need the perfect set of wheels, and Budget has them all. Cars big and small, moving vans and trucks, available on a standard driver's licence. It's like a throwaway line, but my daughter drives them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gifted.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly. Plus, there's utes, there's hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25 seat buses and more. They've got it all.
Now, once you've chosen that vehicle of choice, grab Budget's blankets, the trolleys, the boxes, the tapes, the covers, you name it, and everything will go smooth.
Job done. It's easy with Budget. It's family-owned business. Friendly staff you can count on. Multiple locations. Their head office is just down the road here.
Yeah, Pulteney Street. There you go. So you got something big to budget with a Budget rental truck. Call 13 27 27.
When you want discount tires, see City Discount Tires.
It's the end
End of financial year sale at City Discount Tyres. All-terrain drivers, this one's for you. Get red hot deals on selected Falcon Wild Peak and Yokohama Geolander tyres. Built to handle mud, gravel and highway without compromise. At City Discount Tyres, we're driven by value. Hurry, sale ends June 30. Visit citydiscounttyres.com.au today.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. From a cracked windscreen to getting your business back after the worst, our team is always here. It doesn't have to wait till morning. We provide 24/7 claims support.
Allianz. Always feeling hungry no matter how much you've eaten? Constantly battling food cravings? Do you often feel like your metabolism is working against you? Introducing Caruso's Reduce Probiotic. Caruso's Reduce Probiotic reduces appetite and suppresses hunger. It also helps in the management of food cravings and supports your body's metabolism. If hunger, food cravings and your metabolism are holding you back, try Caruso's Reduce Probiotic today from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes after 5, very soon Jimmy Bartell to join us at 5:30.
Timmy G.
But we want to get you along to the 5AA locker room. Of course, they are the very best seats in the house, Timmy G.
They certainly are. Nearest the pin to get yourself into that locker room, we ask a question, and that question's going to Peter at Rosewater. Okay, Pete, here we go. Port Adelaide lost to Sydney by 12 points in the 2003 qualifying final at Football Park. That was very annoying, that was. How many tackles did the Port Adelaide team have for the game that day, Pete?
14.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Let's go to Sean. How many tackles did the whole team have that day? Sean?
I'll go way more than 14. I'll go 53.
53, thanks, Sean. Lance?
I'll go 42.
42. Craig at Mount Barker?
I'll go 45.
45, eh? And Charlie at Broadview? What do you got, Chris?
I'll go 54.
54. The answer was, without going over, nearest the pin, was 50, making our winner, Craig, with 45. Congratulations, Craig. Well done.
Thanks, Timmy.
Nice little guess there. Have you ever ventured into the 5AA locker room?
No, I haven't. So
this is exciting.
That would be awesome to go.
First time, excellent. So you going to be taking somebody special?
Yeah. I better speak to my lovely wife first. So
yes, yeah, and then ask if you can take your best mate. Fair enough.
First right of refusal.
At least you've given her first right of refusal. Exactly.
Yeah, well done, Craig.
Hey, look, all the best with it, Craig. Have a great night.
No worries. Thanks, boys.
Good man. That's Craig at Mount Barker winning that with 45.
Get unique pies, sausage rolls and donuts from your local independent supermarket. There's a few texts that come in. It's mainly predominantly Maria, but I did like this one from Kev. Kev says, Timmy,
yes.
Who's monitoring Stephen's amount of chat? We don't want to end up with another Marceau.
Oh, Marcel Marceau, yes, the great mime artist. Yes, he was brilliant.
He was French, was he?
He was French.
He was very good. Yeah, well, radio doesn't work with
well, that's right.
Mime stuff. Now, Tim Evans got voted in as a Australian Football Hall of Fame.
Into the Australian Hall of Fame, which was excellent. We asked for the odd story or two.
Yeah, there's plenty out there.
Yeah, let's go to Glenn Osmond. G'day, John.
Oh, g'day, Tim. G'day, Rowey. Yes, going back many years ago, Tim, at the Port Adelaide Magpies Football Club, they had a raffle.
Yeah.
And unbeknown to me, I won first prize, which was tickets to the Adelaide Grand Prix.
Wow.
And anyhow, a very nice lady in the office, worked in the office by the name of Kay Dobrilla.
Yeah, Kay.
Yes, a very nice lady. Hello to Kay for listening. And anyhow, she arranged for somebody on his way home to drop the tickets off to me.
Yeah,
anyway, my place at Glen Osmond, of course, he lived up in the hills.
That's right.
Just on the way through. And anyway, I was out in my driveway just cleaning my car. And I looked down the driveway. Who should be walking up the driveway but Tim Evans?
Wow. So this is sort of around 85, 86, John, was it? 1985?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
And, yes, so anyway, Tim was walking up the driveway. I thought, gee, that's Tim Evans. And anyway, he said, congratulations, John. You just won the first prize, 2 tickets to the the Adelaide Grand Prix, which a very good vantage point I had too. Very good seats. And,
good.
Anyhow, we had a brief chat about the football and the rest of the season that was coming up. So, no, it's the first time I've ever met Tim in person.
Oh, brilliant, Johnny.
What a great story.
Love it.
See, now, if that happens, you do a selfie and it's there forever.
Yeah, that's
Back
right.
then, you had to run in, get your duffel coat, try and find a texter.
Yeah.
Can you sign this? And if it's actually, does anyone ever keep their autograph books? They're all just turned out now, aren't they?
You'd be surprised.
People keep them?
Yeah, people keep them. But what a great story. Gets to tell that and
how good's that?
And won
Well
the
done,
raffles
John.
same time.
Hello, Ray.
G'day, Timmy. How we going?
All right.
That was Rowey, in actual fact.
Oh, it was Rowey. Okay, right.
That's all right.
One or the other.
You know, I do sit next to him at time to time, Ray. It's okay.
Very good. Yeah. Well, my story is that my son and I, Graham, and we went to Alberton one day, and it was a stinking wet day, and my wife had bought a clear dome umbrella, and we thought we were sitting in the right full forward pocket, and watching the game. It's fantastic. In the first quarter, we're not getting wet. Terrific. Timmy takes a mark in the forward pocket, kicks the worst kick he's ever done. It sails straight across the pickets and smashes the umbrella.
Oh, that is funny, Ray. The Mary Poppins got smashed.
That's a classic, Ray. That is a classic.
We couldn't see everybody's thing for the rest of the game. And to make things worse, the girls were watching it on TV and saw their umbrella get smashed.
Oh, no. Geez, double trouble.
Tim Evans owes the Mary Poppins umbrella.
The old see-through.
Ray, great memory. Well done. He didn't miss many off his boot.
No,
beautiful
that was a rare one indeed. Let's go to Northampton. G'day, Trace.
Trace.
G'day, guys. How are you?
All right, yourself?
Pretty good. I hope you're feeling better, Rowey.
Thank you, Trace. Yeah, my voice isn't terribly flash, but I am 60.
That's all right. I've got a croaky voice myself, and I'm 58. The 1984 Grand Final, Sanford Grand Final,
Can't remember
Fort
it.
Norwood.
Yeah, distant memory. Can't pick it up.
It was on before the game started.
Yeah.
They were throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
Craig
and
Barham
that
and Tim
was,
Evans,
Yeah. Oh, it was. I loved it.
Yeah,
I'm a long-suffering South Adelaide supporter, so I had no passion in the game. I was just watching a fantastic game of football.
Well, they changed the rules after that, didn't they?
Up for the national anthem.
They changed the rules then.
Yep, spot on. Yep.
Now you have to line up. And sing the
So
national
you
anthem.
can't have
But
any of that
they did it-
shenanigans go on.
Used to do it
anymore.
in position.
Classic.
I love the 80s.
5:30 headlines coming up with Jimmy Bartell and the Crows teams in the next half hour.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the 5:30 news headlines. A big send-off for Neil Danaher at a memorial service at the MCG today. Thousands turned out to pay their respects. One Nation has been overwhelmed by the amount of money already donated to its Fire the Liar campaign. A woman has been killed after being hit by a truck at Modbury Heights today. And in sport, Port Adelaide captain Connor Rowey is expected to be out of action for the rest of the AFL season after complications with a hamstring injury. Now checking 5AA traffic.
In the east end of the city, Carvey bus tonight, east terrace near the Oban, causing a few dramas. Got quite big delays at the moment at Salisbury Downs due to a crash at Salisbury Highway to Spains Road. Sluggish as we speak, Fullerton Road as you're driving home through Dulwich, and slow going South Road, Marling, just near Thebby Theatre. Camera 8th Avenue, St Peters tonight. Flight Centre has your next holiday sorted with a 7-night 4-star Bali stay from just $275 per person. Book now, visit flightcentre.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the forecast, partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top, 8 the overnight low. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
this remarkable story.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
We seem to not be able to host or hold or count an election in South Australia anymore. We've forgotten. It's like forgotten knowledge, like the Dark Ages.
5AA Breakfast.
All of a sudden, in the space of a year, the state election was a total disaster.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Now, the local government elections look like they are going to be postponed by 6 months.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
A lot can change in a single moment. A cancer diagnosis, medical results you've never expected, but breakthroughs begin with moments too, Timmy.
That's right. This Thursday, June 11, support the Hospital Research Foundation Group's Giving Day and help fund life-changing medical research to find cures and improve care in SA. Now, for 12 hours only, every dollar donated before 9 p.m. will be doubled. Yep, that's twice the impact, twice the support for life-changing medical research in South Australia.
These brilliant people can't do it without the help of the Hospital Research Foundation.
Spot on.
And that's where we get cures and breakthroughs. So please help the Hospital Research Foundation Group create better treatments, better care, and hope for more families. And it's more than just hope. Donate now at givingday.hospital/research.org.au. I'll do that again, givingday.hospital/research.org.au.
Hi, Malcolm Blight here for Knowles Caravans, home of Island Star. Join us this June for Knowles Winter Clearance Madness. Don't miss this chance to grab an exclusive deal that will get you some serious savings on top quality new and used caravans. For over 50 years, they've delivered one of the best ranges of new and second-hand vans with more than 140 caravans on display. Knowles Caravans, 561 Salisbury Highway, Greenfields, opposite Mawson Lakes. You'll love the way they do business.
Knowles Caravans.
At Coles, save on your baby essentials. Right now, get half price on Huggies Ultra Dry Bulk Nappies 30-pack to 54-pack, now just $12. Save in-store or online. At Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 25 minutes to 6. Very soon, Adelaide will name their team for Thursday night football against the Western Bulldogs. We're expecting 3 changes, so we'll get all that in the next 15 minutes. But right now, thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company, SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Bartel checks sides it brilliantly.
He can do it all, James Bartel.
Here's my Bravo man.
Jimmy Bartel on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, each and every week, thanks to Statesman Windows, we get the great man on. Welcome, Jimmy.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, on a high. I mean, the AFL Hall of Fame is always a big night. Got a couple of local South Australian players in there, which was exciting, mate. So, yeah, how was it? Did you go along, being a member yourself?
Yeah, I didn't go along. I had some radio commitments myself and young family and things like that. It is something I definitely will get to, you know, when you sort of get the time and space. But this year it was a bit harder just because of taking care of everything on the home front. But I definitely did sit in front of the TV and watch my great mate, Gaz Jr., go into the Hall of Fame. And I was incredibly proud of him. And, you know, we spoke a lot after it, you know, well, today, and just said, look, I couldn't have been any happier for you. And it's probably the half step to the final step in the Hall of Fame, because I think we'd all be comfortable in, you know, 5-10 years' time when they elevate him to legend status.
Yeah,
He'll be that.
it'd be pretty hard not to do that.
he'll be that.
I think, even if you
Just read the
didn't like
record.
it, but he seems like a terrifically balanced lad. Is he, Jimmy?
He is, and look, we always say, like, he's an incredible footballer, but he's an incredible person, full stop. He has genuine care for people. He's one of those people who's really engaging when you talk to him, and, he holds those conversations where he's 100% interested in you, your family. He'll pepper you with questions and has a genuine love and care for you as a person. Really quietly sort of spoken, but speaks with a lot of passion when he gets involved, and the love of his family is extraordinary. And from a football point of view, I just love, like, people, young footballers in particular, to know, like, it wasn't just pure natural talent. We know he's the son of one of the greatest players ever, but it was a lot of hard work that people probably don't recognise. Like, the guy was manic in his training, his preparation, ultra competitive. Like, he'll challenge you to anything. He's so well, driven to get to his goals. So I know we often think, the son of Gary Senior, he's got all this natural talent, and he just went by. But it was hard work, talent, and a high footy IQ, and a real love for the game.
Yeah. So to all the inductees again, congratulations, Ablett Jr. What a star. Neil Danaher, we saw off a legend. That Fight MND now has moved to a movement. That is a movement now. God, what he has done for that has been incredible.
Yeah, it transcends sport, doesn't it? He's an icon in Australia, and it'll probably be globally too, because this is a world fight against MND, or the Beast, as he always coined it. And I think I made mention of this last week as well. Like, you could forgive him and his family of fighting that battle in private, because you're revealing a lot of yourself as your body starts to break down. But he did the exact opposite. He put himself more and more front and centre of the cause. We saw it unfolding ever so slowly taking his life, but he kept standing up and he educated us. I don't think a lot of us knew the full extent of MND unless someone personally close to you went through the battle, but he educated us. And then he also taught us a lot about perspective as well. And, that's why his mantra, play on, was so apt, that, you can face adversity, but you can choose your reaction to it.
Yeah, well said. And to his family, again, condolences. Sad day, but a memorable day, all wrapped up in one at the MCG. Now, I know it's Taylor Walker. I know you think I'm biased. Yes, I am. And, goodness gracious me. But that little shove he did on Connor O'Sullivan cost him a game. They contested it and they lost. It got upheld. I can give you three of them. And Eddie did last night on our show and then on Footy Classified. They were probably as bad, if not worse. And hello. No case to answer, Jimmy.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. But probably maybe where we're different, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I still think he should have got rubbed out, but I think we're probably making the point some others should have got rubbed out as well. It's so dangerous, that act, and it's been going on for too long. And I think the umpiring, and I think Greg Swan intimated this last night, I think the want for having marks and holding your ground in the marking contest gone a little bit too far, where we're just now blatantly shoving players in the back. I think the one that the couple Eddie highlighted was actually Wicks on Flying Ryan a couple of times in the Saints and Swans game. He just got lucky. And the problem is, and we've said this for the last couple of years when we've been talking, outcome is in the matrix. And so that's the problem we've got with that matrix, that someone got hurt in Taylor Walker's and someone didn't get hurt in the Sam Wicks one, and that's why Walker's out for a week and Wicks is free to play.
Well, talking about getting hurt, the Brodie and Myercheck one, I've got to say, had my heart in my mouth when I was watching it live, and I thought, it just looked bad, and I thought, I'd just pray that he's okay, and it looks like he might make a recovery. Should hopefully all the best with that. But Billy Frampton, who, he unfortunately stumbled just before the tackle and fell into him, and I think that made it even more awkward for Billy. But Billy took him to the ground, got him holding the ball, and now has got 3 weeks suspension for the tackle. So they're going to challenge that. What do you think the chances of getting off are?
It's always difficult because the tribunal sort of falls in lockstep with the AFL. As much as we think it's an independent process, it's an independent process, wink, wink, as we know. But it was an incredibly awkward, and it felt like was an incredible mass of humanity. When you put those two together, like Billy Frampton would be 200 at about 105 kilos, and Brodie Mychek would be, probably 195 and close to 100. And they're, brute strength, both of them. And it just got so awkward so quickly. One was trying to do one thing and one was trying to do the other. I don't think his intent was to, as they say, a reportable act. I think he was still trying to play the game. They'll try and argue he couldn't have done much else with the duty of care, because Brodie, sort of the way he was driving himself through the contest. And I'll say this, no way am I blaming Brodie Mychek. I'm just putting forward the case that Collingwood will try and put forward to the tribunal.
He definitely slipped. There was no doubt about that. So we'll see how that one plays out. Last night on Footy Classified, there was a subject matter of the CEOs being invited to present ideas for the 2028 fixture and beyond.
They're all going to get a helicopter.
Landing pad or something?
No, what does Jimmy say? They wear those hats with
a propeller hat.
Yeah, they're all going to get a propeller hat,
Yeah, they're all going to get a hat to do the fixture together.
You get a propeller hat.
Gee whiz, I tell you what, that would be fun and games. I'd like to see those submissions.
Yeah, well, just first step, they should say, well, stop outsourcing it. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, that's number one.
Number one, surely there's some smart, in-tune people here in Australia that can actually understand teams, time slots, what teams fit best. Like, I know you can't accommodate everything, and the fixture is going to be one of those things where there's always going to be problems with it, but there's been some absolute layups missed and been glaring misses. I think they need to just first and foremost, don't worry about all the other novelty rounds and things like that. Just sort the buyout first.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Just start in the middle of the year, go, all right, we're going to be brave enough to take a week off. No, the broadcasters won't let us do that, so it's 2 weeks. And it's okay for us to push back on the broadcaster because we're the one providing the sport. I know we've got to accommodate them because they're the ones tipping billions of dollars into the game. I get that, but there surely is a happy medium somewhere. You sort out that middle season bye, then you work your way back of how you want to launch the season and, of course, gather around it and things like that. But don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, well said. The Tasmanian deal is heading a bit south. It's blowing out. That's what we hear.
So the price is heading north.
Well, I wanted a roof on our stadium here, Jimmy, and I remember sitting in our boardroom, Cornsey and I, and Andrew Demetrio banged the table and he said, Rowey, there won't be a roof. They need Andrew Demetrio to say that to the Tasmanians, I think.
Well, that was an estimate and things like that, and I've spoken to a few people down in Tassie as well. Like, I think why don't we just wait until the tender process comes back? I know they're currently at tender, and I think that's in conservatively another couple of weeks away. So they're the ones who obviously cost all the nuts and bolts and earthwork and labour and all that, but it'll be greater than the low 1.1 billion or 1.2 billion. We all know it's going to be considerably bigger than that, and it will blow out. That's just doing business in Australia once everyone gets involved. And of course, there'll be all sorts of issues pop up in the meantime. The team's still coming in 2028. I just think when the stadium's built or how the stadium's built will be the big debatable thing that we'll talk about for a while.
It'll go ahead.
Yeah.
We need them. I want them.
We'll see what happens there. The wasting time one has popped its head up again now. Harry Mackay was one of the guys sort of taking time outside of a long distance from goal, but isn't that purely on the umpire once again, Jimmy, to sort of blow the whistle and say get on with it?
Common sense right there. You don't make rules for the exception.
Yes.
And that's always my issue, the big knee-jerk reaction. So all we had to do is just actually make sure it was 30 seconds. Harry Mackay's kicked the ball that far before, but it's also a smart tactic in the game. We see in other sports, like, I know we shouldn't always look at American football, but if you get under 2 minutes and they've burned all their timeouts, well, bad luck. You actually haven't managed the clock and managed the game well enough. If you've allowed Harry Mackay to mark the football somewhat in range and he gets his 30 seconds, well, maybe you shouldn't have been in a position to allow him to mark the football. Like, it's the first one where we've thrown our hands up. Maybe there's been a couple more during the year, but I'm not a believer in changing all the rules just because of one or two incidents in the amount of times we play footy.
No, Spot on, mate.
Jimmy.
You always make good sense on a Wednesday. So thanks again for doing it.
Jimmy, you get a propeller hat. Jimmy, you get a propeller hat.
I love it. See you, mate. We'll catch you next Wednesday.
Well done, Jimmy.
That is Jimmy Bartell, thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's boutique window company, trusted by the best builders in Adelaide. And just like Jimmy, they are elite performers, consistently delivering at the highest level. You need the best windows. See Statesman Windows.
Love our Wednesdays with Jimmy. It is 13-6 on the other side of this. We are going to get the changes for Adelaide's team. They play football tomorrow night. Can you believe it? Gee, the week moves quickly when it's a short week. Thursday night footy against the Dogs. Here's traffic.
In the east end of the city, huge delays with a Carvey bus, East Terrace near the Oban. More delays at Salisbury Downs with the crash. That's on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Slow for works at Woodville South, Woodville Road near Simpson Road, and getting busy South Road at Marlin near Thurby Theatre. Camera, South Terrace in the Parklands. Say hola to Oporto's new Portuguese crispy burger, coated in Portuguese spices with crunchy coleslaw and Oporto's signature garlic and barbecue sauces. At Oporto for a limited time. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
In the 2025 CanStar Blue Awards, Automasters was rated Australia's top pick for most satisfied customers for a car servicing group. With AutoCan, you get a video report on your car with an itemised quote. That's credibility through transparency. So switch and save on brakes, logbook servicing, mechanical repairs and more. All with the flexibility of pay later options. Call 1300 Automasters.
You can feel the difference. You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
As a South Aussie-based not-for-profit health insurer, Health Partners isn't just your health partner. We're your tooth-checking partner, hammy-stretching partner, chart-squinting partner. We're your bone-mending, script-filling, arch-lifting, giving, salad-suggesting, generous limit-giving, member-supporting, SA-loving partner. So for great value health cover, there's no better partner in health than Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
Confidence. It's got you this far. But for life's biggest moments, sometimes we need a little outside help. Ascender Life. Protecting Australians' confidence for over 175 years. Always consider the PDS and TMD at ascender.com.au to decide if this product may be right for you.
The Solitaire End of Financial Year event starts tomorrow. 3 days, one event, your choice of reward. Choose a trading bonus on your current vehicle or a deposit contribution towards your next vehicle. Across every Solitaire site, enjoy exclusive End of Financial Year opportunities on a range of new and demonstrator vehicles with leading brands including Volkswagen, Audi, Land Rover, Volvo, Maserati, Polestar, Cupra, Zeekr and Ducati. There's never been a better time to upgrade. The Solitaire End of Financial Year event, 3 days only, starts tomorrow.
In the 2025 CanStar Blue Awards, Automasters was rated top pick for most satisfied customers for a car servicing group. Book your service or repair now. Call 1300 Automasters.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Well, you look at where they're at. I mean, we met the Dogs earlier in the season and they were red hot. I think they were 4-0. You know, they had some health issues themselves throughout a period where they may, dropped away, and that's challenged a lot of teams, but they're back, unfortunately. Watching last week's game, it's going to be about contest. It's never not about contest. It'll be a completely different game to last week in that it's, last week was wet and slippery and it was very much put your head over it. Well, it's the same thing even when you're playing indoor. You've still got to bring that.
Well, Matthew Nix has a big game tomorrow night. Thursday night footy live on 5AA as the Crows take on the Western Bulldogs and teams are in.
I just want to assess that comment, and I love Nixie's DNA that he's ingrained into this group. Contest. Good teams and greater teams don't have to rely on that. And I talk of the Brisbane Lions and the great teams that have won flags over the years. Yes, contest is a given. And I said to Max Michael, it's a bloody hard way to play when that's all you got. When you lose centre square 16-8, one stage it was 12-2 or whatever the hell it was, and they score easily and play front half footy, you can't just rely on contest. And you can't always rely also on brilliance to get it going and get it forward, or Dawson to kick the goal to keep you in it, or an Isaac Rankin. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
Your flags for your area did not rely solely on contest. Yes, it's the cornerstone, the backbone, but then there's tactics, then there's talent. There's people just finding a way to win with brilliance. And I can name all the brilliant players in your team through those flags, and you would name them before me. And you don't rely on that either, but it's the combination of it all. For my team, sadly, we lack two of those three. We're getting better at one of them. But the tactics and the way you set your team up, and it's got to be more than contest, Nixie.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with me?
Well, I actually thought...
It's a bloody hard way to win and play each and every bloody week.
Besides centre clearance, I thought it was one of your better looking games for the season.
It was. Well, they were set up a lot better, weren't they, with the matchups? And I get that.
Given,
you know what I'm saying?
Given the conditions as well, I thought it was still a pleasing way that you were going about it. I think compared to the first half.
I guess my frustration is this. I don't want to just always hear it's our DNA to bring the heat, to bring the contest, Yes, that is the foundation, the cornerstone. But if you want to be a top four, you want to beat top four teams, you want to win a bit easier,
Yeah. Again,
you need the talent, you need the system, and you need...
I'll give him one thing. We spoke about it because you ended up being away post the game. We spoke about that it was a fortnight of saying they were going to do something about it, remember?
Mm.
And I reckon we saw that they did do something about it. That was the pleasing thing about that Geelong game, was you could see that there was a difference. So,
and what did I say before the bye? These three games are the reckoning.
Are going to be the reckoning. So
and
I think
tick the first box.
One box has been ticked.
Tick it. Got the Bulldogs need to do that away under the lid.
Yeah. Who got in and out anyway?
Well under the lid. I think we play well under the lid, don't we? What's our record? 822 300 If someone can quickly, who's swallowed an AFL record, what's the Crows' record?
We'll get our back of house onto this.
Nick Murray's
We've got 16 people working out the back here for us.
Have we? We don't have that budget.
No,
we got
Nick. Who's in and out?
Okay, sorry about that.
Crows have won their last four at Melbourne.
But I thought we had a good record there. And I'm sorry to hear that and go on a tangent, but we've got to be more than that as a team. You want to be a top four, you want to win flags like Brisbane, you've got to be more than that. They don't rely on contests, do they?
I wouldn't.
So teams are in.
Well, let me do it then. Hey, shush. I've got about 10 words left before the voice goes. Okay. No need to snap. 5:55. Nick Murray's in, which we told you that at 4:05. Luke Pedler's in, which we told you at 4:05. And Riley Thilthorpe's in, which we told you at 4:05. That's why I just went on, because there's no big deal. Butts is out, Walker's out, Calamarchi's out. Luke Kennedy is in for the Bulldogs. They've got a few injuries, but building their best team.
Kennedy's in?
Never heard of him. Oh, was that the Luke Kennedy that they picked before we picked Sid Draper?
Pick 62 in the draft of 2024, so very different.
Okay, well, I got that totally wrong, and Lockie McNeil's out. Hello, Pete. I waffled, but I want a Tim Evans story, mate.
G'day, mate. I'm a Power supporter and obviously a Magpie supporter, and had Tim Evans on my duffel coat.
Ooh.
So I was just wondering, with the Power being so inconsistent with goal kicking for 20 years, I'm not sure of Tim Evans' age, would he come down and try and straighten our goal kicking up?
I think the answer to that would be no.
And just because you're a good goal kicker doesn't mean you're a good coach at it.
Yeah, but I think...
Well, not really coach, but just come down and give us where we're going wrong. And it's not only this generation of players. It's gone on for a long time. And look at the Giants game in the prelim. If we don't get the goal kicking right, we're not going to win another premiership. That's about the end of the story, really.
Yeah, Pete, some... past players and guys that played with Timmy as well sort of caught up with him not too long ago, and he just said, look, loved his time as a footballer, but it's what would you say? It's another part of his life, and he's enjoying what he does now. So yeah, I think as far as being involved in footy goes, Pete, I think those days are over for Tim. So, but definitely enjoyed it while it lasted, as they say. Let's go to Happy Valley. G'day, Leith.
Yeah, well, don't get me started on Tim Evans as an old West Torrens supporter.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Back in the 80s, I remember it would have been second last game of the sample season, or as I like it, the SANFL.
Yes.
And we're at FIVEAA playing Port, and somebody in the Eagles Club before the game, and somebody in the group said, well, Tim Evans is on 87, and somebody said, well, thank God we're not going to see Tim Evans kick his 100th goal today. Yeah. Well, he went on to kick, I think, 14 or 15, and including one where bloody Bucky Cunningham was running into an open goal, turned around and kicked it back to him.
You know, Leith, I think I can half remember that happening, but I do remember the game. I was about 14, I reckon. It was around that 1980 mark, and he did kick, I think it was 15 that day, and got his 100, which...
Three times he kicked over 100.
Poor old Leith. We had a few sad stories there for a couple of supporters.
Well done to Luke Kennedy on debut. We wish him the best for the Bulldogs. I was thinking of Harvey Langford, so it was the surnames. Harvey Langford was the Victorian lad that was touted as going before Sid Draper.
Right.
And the big debate was, do you pick the local kid, Sid Draper, or do you pick the Melbourne lad, Harvey Langford, which is a tall midfielder. Have you seen him play for Melbourne?
He's been awesome.
He's a bloody good player, like a gun. And that was the debate. Now, I'm not going to say in hindsight, you picked the best kid, but I said, you've got to go for Sid Draper. He's the local lad. Then I ran it past Scotty Camporelli, who I rate enormously, and he said, oh, God, you can't bypass Harvey Langford. Well, that's ageing not well, that one at the moment, is it?
Well, hopefully
Sid's
Sid can get together.
No, he will.
Yeah. He's back from his jaw fracture this week, which is great to see.
So it was Harvey Langford. Sorry to all those people that had a crack at me. I remembered that. Sid will get there. Yeah. Sid will get there.
It's 6 o'clock news time. Very shortly, we're going to talk Thunderbirds because they've had an outstanding season. The Vice Captain Taylor Williams is going to join us, filling in for Matilda Garrett, who's a late out on the show. So we'll speak to Taylor next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Retirement should be about holidays or buying the fancy biscuits. AFM Wealth Strategy helps people enjoy retirement without the constant fear of running out. Their independent advice shows you how your money can last your lifetime, living well along the way. For a worry-free retirement, you need to plan now. Get in touch with AFM Wealth Strategy, an authorised representative of Independent Financial Advisors Australia, AFSL 464629.
If you haven't been to Turkey Flat Vineyards in the Barossa, well, honestly, fair dinkum, what are you doing? Get there. Don't wait. Now, it's less than an hour from the city, and it feels like a completely different world when you get there. I'll tell you, it's one of the great experiences in the Barossa.
I'll tell you one thing. Turkey will be Turkey Flat 1:30 Sunday when the Socceroos play.
Oh, yes, of course.
They'll be Turkey Flat.
Yeah.
Let's hope they are. See a little segue there.
Well,
you didn't know where I was going, did you?
No.
Now, you're sitting on the lawns. You got a glass of Shiraz that just came from vines that are genuinely among the oldest in the world. You can actually point to them when you're sitting there. Or if the weather's doing its thing, you're inside by the fire. Either way, nobody's rushing you. That's why I'm speaking in that. No one's rushing. The cellar door itself is a converted butchery from the 1860s, do you mind? Which sounds like it should have worked, but it absolutely does. I mean, imagine that.
And that's why one of their Shirazes is the Butcher's Block.
It is
and
too.
It's a cracker too, so get onto that. Look, take the family, grab some friends, make a weekend of it, and here's something you can do. Use the code RADIO, RADIO, at the checkout, and guess what? You get 20% off when you buy any of the wine online.
No.
And I suggest you do that right now. Get there and do that. Check them out. Turkey Flat Vineyards, Bethany Road, Tanunda. Drink responsibly.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, a top of 28, the overnight low. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
A 23-year-old local woman has died after being hit by a rubbish truck at Modbury Heights this morning. The accident happened on Melrose Street around 9:45. The 48-year-old truck driver wasn't physically injured, but he's been charged with causing death by careless driving. 2 serious crashes closed 2 South Australian highways today. A crash on the Dukes Highway involving a car and a truck near Tailem Bend just before 10 this morning. 3 hours after the accident, the truck was still burning on the side of the highway after colliding with the car. It hasn't yet been revealed if anyone was seriously injured or killed in that crash. Then there was a truck rollover on the Mallee Highway about 40 kilometres from Lameroo, which scattered debris all over the road. And there was also a bad motorcycle crash at Langhorne Creek, in which a motorbike slammed into a winery building. Neil Danaher's family has delivered moving tributes to their father, husband and brother at his state funeral service held today at the MCG. The Prime Minister, Victorian Premier and players coached by Neil also delivered speeches and stories about the 2025 Australian of the Year in front of more than 5,400 attendees. Son Ben says he's not sure what he's going to do without his father.
When I struggled to find any pride or good in myself, he made me feel like I could be someone I could be proud of. I will miss his counsel. I will miss his jokes. I will miss him sending me songs that he liked. I will miss watching movies with him and dissecting them, like how we both thought there wasn't enough mud in the movie 1917. I will miss walking into his house and seeing him on his chair, greeting me with a warm smile and asking me how I'm doing.
The Prime Minister has declared Labor as the only mainstream party in Australia. Anthony Albanese is defending the government's poorly received budget and is also under pressure from One Nation. Key opinion polls have the minor party ahead of both Labor and the coalition. Mr Albanese says he's making tough decisions so life is fairer for all Australians.
Labor is now the only party that is in the mainstream of Australian politics. That is engaged with serious solutions going forward. I look forward to continuing to do so.
The federal government could be liable for millions of dollars in compensation following the loss of another High Court case. The action was taken on behalf of hundreds of foreign-born criminals who were held in indefinite detention until 2023. The government asked it to be immune from compensation claims, but the court ruled against the Commonwealth. Police in Northern Ireland are calling for calm after homes and cars in Belfast were set alight during protests against a violent stabbing. A Sudanese national has been charged over the knife attack, which has been described as an attempted beheading. Now turning to 5AA Sport. The AFL Tribunal is sitting tonight. A captain's season is likely over and a demon has recommitted long-term. Jordan Tunbridge with the latest footy news.
Collingwood is challenging Billy Frampton's 3-match suspension for rough conduct following a neck-breaking tackle on Melbourne's Brodie Myercheck. The Magpies defender told the AFL Tribunal he did not act carelessly and attempted to bring Myercheck to ground as safely as possible in the circumstances. Meanwhile, Port Adelaide expects captain Connor Rowey to miss the rest of the season due to ongoing nerve issues linked to his hamstring injury. And Melbourne has secured one of its most dangerous small forwards long-term, with Cade Chandler signing a 5-year contract extension.
The Adelaide Crows take on the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium tomorrow night. Isaac Rankin won't be playing as he's still recovering from a calf injury. Jordan Butts is likely to be out for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Also, because of a calf problem, Callum Archie is out with a hamstring injury. Nick Murray is in alongside Riley Thilthorpe and Luke Pedler. And Taylor Walker is on the sidelines after being suspended for 1 game. Now, 5AA traffic.
In the east end of the city, Carvey bus east terrace near the Oban causing quite big delays. Salisbury Downs delays clearing from an earlier crash on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road, and we're quite slow for works at Edwardstown South Road near Ackland Streets. Busy Brighton Road, Brighton with the Camera Doors Road, Melrose Park. Get ahead of winter with Origin's comfy credit offer, plus enjoy rewards just for being a customer, like savings on shopping, fuel and more. Search Origin by June 30. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, 20 the top, 8 the overnight low. Friday, a shower or two, and surprisingly up to 24. and then showers easing on Saturday back to 18. Currently 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news. 6 episodes in, 2 to go, and the snack bowls run dry. Don't move a muscle with Woolworths. Delivery from 60 minutes, my kind of Woolies. See our website for availability, T's and C's and exclusions.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Breaking up is never easy, and when a relationship does end, there's so much to work through. What happens with the house, the car, the kids, your future? It's hard to know where to start, and that's where Anderson's solicitors will help. In just 90 minutes, Anderson's will create your personalised family roadmap, explaining your options and outlining a clear plan for the next steps, and all for a set fee. Anderson's solicitors. Help when you need it.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get 25% off? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. And get 25% off your cabinets with laminate bench tops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes after 6 here on this Wednesday. Taking your calls, $50 Pals voucher up for grabs, 8223 0000. We have some great news around with our Adelaide Thunderbirds at the moment.
Oh, they're flying at the moment. They've got one minor round game to go, but they've only lost one minor round game this season.
They're going to beat the record.
They're in outstanding form. They just defeated the New South Wales Swifts 66-60 on Saturday night. Georgie Hoare just played her 100th match, which was exciting stuff. And we got the vice captain on the line, Taylor Williams. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, first on Georgie playing 100th. I mean, how special is she, first of all? I just love the way she plays and goes about it. But describe her as a person.
Oh, absolutely. I think seeing the way she goes about what she does on the netball court and how consistent she is week in, week out, and to play 100 of those matches consistently is pretty remarkable. But I think the way that she goes about her netball on the court sums up who she is kind of off the court. Very reliable, consistent, such a caring, loving person who always puts the team first and plays her role for the team. And I obviously played a lot of netty with George, and so to see her play her hundreds and hopefully have 100 more in her is, pretty special.
Well, she'll do that easy, I reckon. I just like the way when she does something really, quite brilliant at times, she'll just have that cheeky little smile that comes with it, I love that moment when she does that.
Yeah, never lets out too much emotion.
Correct. Which is now the game. It was an incredible opening term, 24-13. Just set the whole scene up. I was just wondering, it looked like they had to change a few things up from that moment onwards. What do you reckon the Swifts did?
Yeah, I think they probably played a little bit more freely after quarter time and just, I guess, let the ball go and played a bit more how we probably know that they could play. We've had quite good opening terms so far this year for the most part, and so to have a first quarter like that obviously sets up the game incredibly well for us. And they were always going to come out and do something different, and they did that. And so being able to adjust to that, and obviously they had a lot of 2 points and had
don't get me
Nicola
started
Bard
on that.
come on and treat them really well, which is what teams will do. And when you have a lead so big at quarter time, they have to do that, and we know that they have to do that. And so, obviously probably wanted to maintain that lead a little bit more than we did, but we'll take a win.
So, Rowey, the opposition, they got 10 of those super goals because they're desperate to try and cut our margin back.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's bad, mate.
Well, how'd that go for him? Be honest. hey, Taylor, one game left versus Sunshine Coast away. Win, lose or draw, we're top, correct?
Correct,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, then if we win 13-1, it'll be the best record ever for Super Netball, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Very exciting.
So how do we, and how much work is put into staying focused and, if you like, keeping your feet on the court? Because, you know, there'd be people in your team that are a bit like me that get the horse before the cart. They look too far ahead. To stay grounded, Taylor.
Well, the horse is supposed to be before the cart.
Oh, sorry.
They
get the cart before the horse, Taylar. See what I mean?
You do the first one.
Do you know where I'm going with that? I mean, you've got
you
great
know what?
leaders.
You say it with confidence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, don't you? Like, there is another championship in your hot little hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the beauty of the team is we do have some younger ones that maybe haven't played as much finals, but we have had that experience over the last 3 or 4 years where we've won obviously 2 grand finals and made finals last year as well. And so having that experience of sometimes we had finished top in the past and been, I guess, the ones expected to win, but we've also come from not being expected to win. And so having that experience of the previous couple of years will hold us in good stead. And it is really important to just go one game at a time. I know we're talking about finals and a home final, but we are still looking at this weekend and making sure we can put out a good 60-minute performance on the weekend so we can lock that one away and feel comfortable and confident going into a final. And so, finishing the minor rounds off strong is our priority at the moment.
And then the real season starts, as Timmy would say, which is so true. Are you surprised in the team's performance this year? Because you had a few changes. I know you had some good ins, but, God, it surprised most. I think it surprised the Super Netball comp that you guys have been so dominant, Taylor.
Yeah, I think obviously we've had a lot of outside noise that are surprised, but I don't necessarily think we're surprised internally. I think we've put a lot of work in the pre-season and the off-season to make sure that we are in a good stead for whatever the season threw at us. And we had some new ones in, which was great, but also, I guess, strengthened what we already had and built on from last year, which was great. So, it wasn't, I guess, a surprise to us, but also you don't really see what's happening, I guess, inside the 4 walls until we're able to get out on the netball court and show what we've been working on over the whole of pre-season.
Because you've been able to have a dominant season and get those real fast starts against some clubs, it's allowed Tanya to rotate that bench and get, 9, 10 players coming through and giving them the experience for one, but it also just making sure everybody knows how everybody operates. It's actually been a bit of an advantage.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's something that we've made sure we've worked on all our different combinations, both at trainings and in matches over the last few years. That has been a strength, and we can throw whatever we need out based on different opposition and have, I guess, that variety within our squad, but also our game plan to be able to adjust and do something different, hopefully, that the opposition aren't expecting. And
one of those, I suppose the benefit of that is Sophie Casey actually started on the court against the Swifts. So, that's that part of that development that Tanya's been able to introduce.
Yeah, absolutely. I think coming into a game, during the game and starting a game are kind of different mindsets, different, adjustments that you have to make. And so to have everyone having that ability to be able to come into a game and make an impact or start, and having the experience of both has been really invaluable over the last, 13 rounds.
Are other teams scouting you and copying you? I mean, what Tanya Ops does she'd be great at chess, I reckon. Or checkers. The way she moves you all around, rotates the players, the time she does it, the flexibility of your players to be able to rotate. And you need the players to be able to complement that. But, God, do other teams scout you guys and have any of them copied? Because I don't know too many teams that rotate as much as you guys.
Yeah, no, they probably don't. And I think that's, one of the good things about Tanya and Kathy and the way that they analyse the game. They're so prepared going into games, and we always know, our strengths and our weaknesses against the opposition and ways to exploit their weaknesses, and are really clear on our roles going into a game. And I think you have seen over the last couple of years some certain teams take, our strategies around our defensive game plan and try and implement that as well. And so credit to Tanya and Kathy and the work that they are doing, that other teams want to kind of copy that, but making sure, we're challenging each other and pushing each other in training to be able to raise that standard and have everyone capable of stepping on the court and doing their job.
Taylor, can you do me a favour? Can you ask Tanya if she is good at chess? If she is, I'd like to challenge her at a cafe. No, I would, seriously, because I'm actually...
You do rate yourself.
I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated.
Because you haven't had a game, that's why.
That's exactly
Remember
why.
when that listener challenged you?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he was going to come up and
I'm
play.
undefeated.
We'll set that up.
You know what? I'll ask her for you, and if she's not, I'm sure she'll want to learn to make sure she doesn't lose.
I like that. She's a winner, no doubt. Now we're not near there. We got a minor round game against the Sunshine Coast to win.
Yes,
we've got to beat the Lightning, so we'll do that.
And that's away.
Then we'll settle into our home qualifier, right? But then, if we're good enough to get to the grand final, it's in Melbourne. Now, a lot of people might not know this, but
it's on rotation.
But Melbourne, no, they bought it. They bought a contract, did they not, Taylor, to host it for a few years?
Yes, yeah. They sell it to whoever will pay for it.
So
they sold the farm.
Yeah,
sold the farm.
It'll be in John Cain Arena in Melbourne. Okay. And
that's a good arena.
It'll be Saturday, the 4th of July. So that'll be a big night. No, we'll worry about that in the future, Taylor. You just worry about this week, all right?
Well, we'll just worry about Saturday night game,
Exactly right. You go and get the job done there, and we'll speak to you again, and keep the good work up.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Excellent. Thank you, Taylor Williams, the vice-captain of the Adelaide Thunderbirds, having a terrific season. And, yes.
I did know that.
Keep the head down and don't be worrying about the grand final.
No. Plenty Victorians have small man syndrome, don't they? They have a inferiority complex. No, but they do. They accuse us of that. They had to buy that so they can guarantee a home final. A bit like the MCG, we've got to play the grand final there till Adam was a boy.
I'm trying to remember when the deal was done, but it was an unusual one. It was an unusual one.
Why would the Netball League sell that?
What happened was they lost the sponsorship. So
New South Wales that lost it or something?
I remember the Vic government coming in and saying, we'll buy that sponsorship, but you got to host the grand final here for X amount of years.
That's selling the farm. The beautiful pureness of that comp and other comps is that when you finish top
team,
you get to play
the top team.
Bit like the A-League. If we'd have got through, we'd have played at Adelaide. That's the way it should be.
The AFL do exactly. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
That's a good point. It's 6:20.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Saturday the 20th of June, the boots of cars across South Australia are about to get a lot heavier. The Bleasdale Wine Warehouse sale is back. Hot pricing on award-winning reds, whites, bubbles, fortifieds, clean skins, export labels, end of vintage runs. 9 till 2, Saturday 20th of June at Bleasdale Winery Car Park, Langhorne Creek. Only an hour's scenic drive from Adelaide CBD. Grab this opportunity to explore the region and fill your boot with great savings on incredible wines. Bring the trailer.
If you're wondering where to have your Christmas party, Look to the stars. December 11 or 12, Adelaide Convention Centre transforms into a shimmering, starlit celebration beneath a dazzling canopy of light. Enjoy a premium 3-course dinner, sparkling drinks and live entertainment. It's your chance to celebrate in style, thank your clients or staff and let your team shine. Tables are limited, so book now for a starlit Christmas. Only at Adelaide Convention Centre.
I'm Beck Hardy. My grandmother, Barbara Hardy, helped found Nature Foundation over 40 years ago. Since then, they've been conserving, restoring and protecting South Australian landscapes, flora and fauna to ensure their survival for future generations.
For kids like me.
You can help continue this work so that my daughter and other kids can enjoy our unique native Australian wildlife and landscapes. Find out how you can be part of the change at naturefoundation.org.au.
Thank you.
A lot can change in a single moment. A cancer diagnosis, medical results you never expected. But breakthroughs begin with moments too. This Thursday, June 11, support the Hospital Research Foundation Group's Giving Day and help fund life-changing medical research to find cures and improve care in SA. For 12 hours only, every dollar donated before 9 p.m. will be doubled. Twice the impact, twice the support for life-changing medical research in South Australia. Donate now at givingday.hospitalresearch.org.au.
Hi, Brett Abbott here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with another great reason to get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. Right now, we're clearing stock with end of financial year deals. You'll get unbelievable prices on all makes, models and colours, plus low K demos. We're talking immediate delivery on all new and demo vehicles right now with end of financial year deals at Mawson Lakes Mazda. No gimmicks, just great deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Get ahead of winter with comfy credits from Origin. Move with Origin and you could get up to $200 in bill credits. That's $100 for natural gas and $100 for electricity, keeping you comfy and in control this winter. That's all kinds of useful. Search Origin today. New and moving residential customers only. Sign up by 30th of June and stay until 30th of June. Bill credit includes GST. T's and C's and eligibility apply.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
24 minutes after 6 on this Wednesday. Very soon we'll preview the FIFA World Cup with Lucas Ronaldo in the studio. We've been taking your calls on Tim Evans into the Hall of Fame last night of Australian football. 8223 0000 is our number. And a couple of unique homestyle food texts as well in regards to what we were discussing with the hosting grand final rights of Super Netball. So you're right. Bradley and Ian, thank you for your texts around Netball Australia losing the sponsorship deal with Gina Reinhardt because of that Donnell Wallam instance a few years ago.
Right.
So
It was that comment.
Yeah,
good
there
pick
you go. You've been asking for Tim Evans stories.
Yeah, great player.
Gary texted in earlier, and I love this one. He said, I was playing at Woodville, and he said they're playing Port Adelaide, and Blighty had just come back to coach Woodville.
Yeah.
And apparently the fullback was having a bit of a torrid time on Tim Evans, as a lot of people did. And Blighty said, don't you know how to spoil an effing ball? And he sort of shrugged his shoulders. He said, right. So moved himself, Malcolm, onto Tim Evans. First ball that come in was nice and high. Up went Blighty. Could have taken the screamer over Tim Evans. Instead, spoilt the ball, smashed it over the boundary line and said, and that's how you spoil
Of
an
course
effing
he
ball.
did. That's a great... Of course he did. Only Blighty could do that.
Blighty.
Oh,
Love it.
God. Hello, Johnny.
Hi, boys. Yeah, that wasn't Gary Haylock, was it, from Woodville in the old days?
No,
Gary Haylock.
Yeah, remember Gary well played against Gary.
Yeah,
number
Gary,
11.
he's a good player.
Yeah.
Roughly, but Tim Evans, he's a great player. I remember him kicking about. I was listening to this game and then watched the replay afterwards. In 1980, I know everyone beat up Woodville in the old days and all the rest of it, West Orange and these pubs, but he kicked 15 goals or 16 goals or something stupid. 16, I reckon, about 1980 against Woodville. He's just a great player, great in the old SRFL, and Neil Danaher, Rowey, he was a great player. Glenn Matthews named him in his team across half-back flank. Read Lee Matthews' book. Don't just look at the pictures. Read the book. Accept the challenge from 1969 and 1985. He named him a VFL team on the half-back flank. He was a great player, just cut down by injury.
Yeah, he was.
That is true, and you're right about the pictures as well.
but I go straight to the pictures and then I go back to the front. I do. Johnny, well done. Another great clip. I love you. Hello, Ian.
How are you, boys? It's interesting how people's careers go, isn't it? And many years I sat on the Albion Oval fence and watched and got there at the start of play in terms of the reserves, and then with the league, and saw Tim Evans kick many a goal. But in the reserves was a Colin Northcott, I reckon it was.
Colin
Northcott. And Timmy, I don't know how many years he kicked 100 goals in the reserves.
Yeah.
Stayed true to Port Adelaide, stayed there, and if Tim Evans didn't miss many games, and obviously Northcott went straight in when he did. But I'd reckon it would only be half a dozen games.
Yeah,
and
he didn't miss many.
He went years and years, and you'd imagine if you're another SNFL club and you've got some guy kicking 100 goals every year in the reserves, he'd be chased.
Yeah, exactly.
And he stayed around, but it'd be really interesting to find out how many he did get. But I reckon it was he kicked 100 a number of times, not 1 year, a number of times.
That'd be a good one to follow up.
Good call, Ian. I'll follow that up. Yeah, I'll
thank
follow
you,
that
Ian.
up.
That'd be great to follow up. And how loyal he loved Port. He stayed.
Well,
Evans in front of him. Tim Evans, Australian Football Hall of Fame. We're honouring
I know during the 50s, when Port won 6 in a row, they won 5 reserves premierships in a row.
Well, there you go.
So imagine the blokes that weren't getting a game there.
Incredible. Oh, God. Hello, Fearless Phil.
Nice new voice, Stephen.
Yes, yes.
It's still a bit crackly, Phil, but you know what? Might be the best it's going to get.
Now, boys, I'll get the question to you. Stephen Kernahan never went to Carlton and just played for Glenelg.
Yes.
How many goals do you think he would have kicked? Now, I think he nearly kicked 700 for Carlton and nearly 300 for Glenelg.
Yeah, right.
He'd be 1,000 goals. Of course he would.
And we talk about VFL, AFL, SNFL, VFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Phil.
Have a look how many he would have kicked. It'd be interesting. If he stayed in the SNFL, I dare say he would have kicked probably another 250, 300 more.
He would have.
And I think they used to put him out to centre half forward a bit at Glenelg because they had Copping and Tony Hall and all that down on the front line, so they didn't need Stephen Deep. They used to keep him up, and he still kicked all those goals. So I'm just confirming that it was 16 against West Adelaide at Albion was the big haul that Tim Evans kicked.
Amazing.
So,
1,036 all up, Kerners, for Glenelg and Carlton. 1,036.
Incredible numbers, those. Thanks for your calls. 29 after 6.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
How many trees are in the firing line for the MotoGP?
David Pentworthy and Will Goodings.
Do you reckon the council is being even remotely impartial on this question?
5AA Breakfast.
Their default position when they hear that the